I know I need to size up with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
Welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafeez, and with me as always is Devin, and we are about to break down a week's worth of wrestling. Raw, Smackdown, NXT, AEW, the whole nine. Gonna break down just some of the highlights of the shows, lowlights of the shows as well as some tidbits too around news. We got the releases that happened, more releases out of nowhere. Yeah, that happened again. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like, you just think, okay, maybe it's gonna pause, it's not gonna be more releases, and then they say we're gonna release 12, 13 more people, something like
14 is the number. Man. Yeah.
I mean, you've got the list in front of you, so why don't we all right. Well, I mean,
get that list together.
You get the list together. I mean, I know, like, just off the top of my head, you know, the biggest name that stood out to me right off the bat was Bronson Reed. You know, Bronson Reed just was North American champion, and, you know, he lost the North American championship recently. And then, you know, it seemed like, well, maybe we're on one of those roads where he's going to get called up, you know, to Raw or Smackdown, and, you know, you just bide your time. I even said on the show, like, man, I could see him and Samoa Joe getting into it, like Joe getting the championship and holding on to it for a while, and then down the road it's him and Bronson Reed, and Bronson takes the championship from him and becomes NXT champion. Well, apparently that's not going to happen. So Bronson Reed, yes, officially has been released from NXT, along with some other notable names. You had Mercedes Martinez was also released, which we hadn't seen her, I think, since her match with Xia Li, when she had accidentally KO'd, knocked out, you know, in the middle of a match. Scary situation for her. Seems like she's okay, you know, from that in terms of a concussion and everything. But she wasn't on television, and now she's no longer there. Leon Ruff, I remember that was a name too that I saw in there as well, which Bobby stood out. Bobby Fish, he was a big one. Yeah, Jake Atlas. Yeah, why don't you go down those names since you have them?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just go down the names, even though I might be repeating myself. But at first, they got Bobby Fish, Bronson Reed, who we just talked about, Jake Atlas, Ari Sterling, Kona Reeves, which we haven't seen him in a while. I didn't even realize he was still a part of the roster. But
honestly,
yeah. Apparently, he still is. Like you just said, Leon Ruff as well. Stephen Smith, Tyler Russ, part of a new faction that was just fairly.
He was literally just on television.
Yes, last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yep. Zachariah Smith, Asher Hale, Giant Zangier, and Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of names. That's a lot of names, and all NXT names. And off the heels of that, you know, there's also some reports about a change in what's going on in NXT and the way they're going to do NXT.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before the show. Meltzer and some other people are kind of putting this information out there that reports are they're going to change the format for NXT a little bit and go to a format more where, well, one, they're going to lean more to younger talent and bigger guys, apparently. Now, take all this with a grain of salt. Yes. You know, in my mind, I will not believe that they're going to do that kind of change until I see it, you know, and I'm hoping that that's not like for sure the case, you know, because that sucks for a lot of guys in NXT. I mean, Think about the Adam Coles, the Johnny Garganos, the Tommaso Ciampas, like
Tommaso.
That's not them. You know, that's not those guys. So I mean, even Samoa Joe's getting ready to fight for the championship, but that doesn't fit him either. You know, so what does NXT look like if you do that kind of a change where you steer strictly to bigger guys and bigger guys? Like, doesn't sound like a fun show really at all to me personally. You know, the diversity of the locker room, you know, all different types of styles and, you know, experience levels and ages and all that kind of stuff, and people that you've seen on the indie scene for years and years and years, and maybe they get their opportunity in NXT. Like, that's part of what makes it fun, you know, is like, oh man, like this dude, like when Samoa Joe showed up, man, I've been watching Samoa Joe forever, man. Like TNA, just huge fan of his. And I was kind of shocked, honestly, when Samoa Joe went to NXT. But it was cool because I love NXT, and so I just feel like he's gonna be a great fit. You know, him and Finn, him and Shinsuke, like all that stuff. So, it's to think now that they're not gonna steer towards that way. So there won't be, you know, other wrestlers that maybe you're like, oh, I've seen this guy for years, and is he ever gonna go to WWE? Oh, you know, we'll give him a shot in NXT and see how that goes. Like, oh shit, okay, cool. You can get excited about that. But yeah, now it's like, I don't know if that's true, if these reports are true, if what Meltzer and the rest of these guys are saying is true. It's not an NXT that I'm all that excited for. So Devin, tell us your thoughts, man. Like, what are you thinking about all this, the releases, the potential changes, all that?
Like you said, man, just take it with a grain of salt. But I'm just gonna judge of what I've seen lately with the NXT call-ups of how, you know, just I'll start with the perfect example of Keith Lee. He got called up from the NXT main roster. This guy was over already. You know, 2019, man, when he was in the Survivor Series, saw him being the last guy against Roman Reigns, you know, the tribal chief, you know. Got to acknowledge him. And they just, you know, and even though he lost, he still put him over, man. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah. And then, like, the following year, he had that Royal Rumble moment against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar kind of acknowledged him, like, oh, snap, big boy. I see you. So I'm like, yeah, he's ready. And all of a sudden, they bring him up, change his music. They put a shirt on him, even change his moveset. He wasn't even wrestling the same anymore, man. He had, like, this indie feel to him. And now they just wanted him to be more, like, big power moves only. I just want to see that, and that was it. And I was like, and now when the report comes out, they want to go with younger, bigger, beefy guys. You know, that's how I can imagine. This man. And then now they want to be truly developmental. I'm like, I can see that. Because I see what they done with Keith Lee. They kind of just stripped them down, sent him back to the PC. We heard rumors or we heard reports that he was getting sent back to the PC, probably to learn more of how to be more of the main roster style compared to NXT. Because NXT is just nothing but like a tree branch of the indies, is what I believe. It's like it's really no different if they wanted to call up anybody like Adam Cole when he got called from, he just came from New Japan. It was like no different from his wrestling. They didn't tell him to, all right, we need you to, you know, dumb it down a little bit, or just no more high flying or nothing like that, no more super kicks. They just told him to be him. Just be you, be Adam Cole, baby, and that's what we got. And now I see reports, even though it's reports, I'm just going off what my eyeballs see, and I'm like, shit. It could be a new age, a new era of NXT that want to be truly developmental now. Like, you're gonna be coming up through the WWE ways now. So it wouldn't be a difference if we would see, like, who was in there, Carmelo Hayes, who used to be Casanova in the Indies. So if we was to see him get called up, it probably wouldn't be a difference because now he's getting groomed in that, you know, official WWE way now, under that mantra.
Yeah, it's deflating, man, honestly, like being a fan of NXT and what they've been doing. And, you know, one of the things that kind of is irritating too is if the reports are true, one thing they're saying in there is that part of this is because they lost the Wednesday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the most asinine, ridiculous thing that I could think of to use as an excuse for why you're doing this to NXT, if it's happening the way it is. Because the Wednesday Night Wars wasn't really a war. Like, NXT and AEW are completely different.
Completely different.
WWE treats NXT like developmental. The fans don't see it as developmental because we're entertained by all these wrestlers that are really getting to do better matches, better storytelling than you see on Raw and SmackDown. So it's just, but it's in this weird in between, right?
Yeah,
but
it wasn't like traveling every week to a new stadium,
right?
Like AEW does. So it's
right. Well, there's that, but also too just the vibe of it. Like the vibe is different from WWE. It's the closest thing you would get to like indie wrestling in WWE. Yeah. And that vibe was like fun. It's like they're just having a good time, and Triple H is putting together these ideas with the Regals and all the other writers and team that they have down there. And I feel like the wrestlers too have more of a say down there because you can feel that they're closer to themselves on NXT than they ever do get to be on. It seems like on Raw and on SmackDown.
Yeah, well, you heard that with not Aleister Black, Malachi Black on the Chris Jericho podcast, how they was mentioning about how but when he was getting ready for his entrance and had that that platform that brings him up. Yeah. Initially, that was for Undertaker, but Triple H like, hey, he gave him the option, like, hey, would you mind doing this? Would it seem like you want to do this? It's not like, hey, we want you to do this now. It was just like I like how he has like this open door. I feed off of you, you feed off of me. Yeah. I like that, man. That's how leaders work. It's not like this dictatorship.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy to think that. It's because one thing that you talked about, during the quote unquote Wednesday Night Wars also was that just the feel of the two of AEW and NXT and the fact that with NXT, they're in a smaller arena.
Yeah.
And if you really were looking at this as a war and you wanted NXT to really compete, why wouldn't you put them on a bigger stage and really try to make them seem like competition? You basically just took what you were doing on the network and put it on USA. That's all you did.
And added an additional hour.
An hour. That's it. That's it. Right. Like, you didn't really put any extra effort into really making it compete and having people say, hey, I'm tuning in. Like, storytelling wise, they did title matches and big moments on NXT on Wednesdays. But as far as looking at the two products, if I'm somebody who, is not a wrestling fan, but I'm flipping channels and I see NXT and I see AEW, instantly my mind is going to think, well, AEW is the more professional company because of the look and feel of the brand. Yeah. Just looking at the two, clearly one of them is in this place they're calling their performance center, and the other one, they're traveling around the
thousands of fans. And
thousands of fans. You see
maybe a couple hundred, maybe, if that is in
exactly.
CWC.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, they wouldn't have just, even, takeovers now, like, since the pandemic, it's kind of changed too, but like, they're not using those big arenas. And it's like, why? Like, I honest to goodness think Vince McMahon just does not watch the product. He does not know, because if you were to watch even takeovers and see how those crowds are and understand that, like, wow, these fans are rabid and they love this and they're fiending for more from these wrestlers. What Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic matches, tearing the house down. There's no way Vince has ever seen those two go at it, because you have them both on your show now and they don't go against each other. Like, what?
Yeah.
But
he's not moved by the crowd like he used to be. Ever since he publicly traded his company, he was like, fuck the fans now. I got this money coming in. I don't have to listen to the fans all the time. I don't. That's not an option. I got this money coming in, publicly traded company. I'm going to listen to these investors, board of directors meetings. Yeah. That's, since then.
The board of directors and, the investors are going to see it differently if the numbers in the arenas go down. And I have a feeling that WWE might be looking at the interest level dropping with all of these releases and all of the just bad vibes that people are feeling towards WWE around all these releases. Yeah. Like, the more you do this, the more people are just going to tune out and be like, oh, fuck it, I'm not watching then.
Well, Fox and NBC didn't like the Bray Wyatt cut.
Right. But like, even, okay, so that's the networks even saying, hey, we're pissed. Yeah. But I'm saying fans themselves, like, I know people who, when Bray Wyatt was released, they're like, I'm not watching wrestling anymore. Like, I'm just done, And I'm like, well, watch AEW because Bray will probably be on AEW. But it's just like, heat of the moment right now. There's people that are probably like, you know what?
Take a break.
I'm taking a break. Like, I can't do this because
I get it.
Like, out of nowhere, you just get rid of these wrestlers that, some of them are their favorites. This is why they got into wrestling, or, the person that was like every week they were looking forward to, and now they're just gone. Really? Yeah. The Braun Strowmans, the Bray Wyatts, like, even Keith Lee's not released, but he's not on television for long spans of time. Like, what is going on? Samoa Joe got released, then brought back by Hunter, but now who knows now?
Yeah. Yep.
At this point, we don't know. And I'm looking at Finn on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, man, I'm concerned. Like, I'm nervous.
I'm concerned for it's crazy. I have to be concerned for top tier guys.
Yep.
Top tier guys are now concerned to be released.
Yep.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's a mindset I can't even wrap my head around right now.
Yep.
But that's insane. Like you just said, like, Finn Balor. Hell yeah. You have every right to feel that way, bro.
Yeah.
Just on the spot. It don't matter if you was just on TV. You just had a promo. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm releasing you. I don't care.
Exactly. I mean, last year's SummerSlam, it was Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Like, that happened. And, I mean, Roman Reigns was a part of that in the triple threat. But those two guys basically were the match.
They were.
And two of them are not even in the company. Like, that's crazy. They were literally, like, right before Braun got cut, he was in a championship matchup. He was in a triple threat.
Yep.
It's insane. Like,
just a month ago, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Just a month ago, he was in the main event. He gets
main event for the Universal Championship, and now, or for the WWE Championship with Drew and Bobby.
Yep.
Like, what? Yeah, man, it's nuts. It's nuts. So, like, me, I mean, it's hard, man. I keep seeing these releases. I'm just like, I'm such a wrestling fan that I want to keep watching, and I just want to believe, like, okay, it just relax, like it won't be. It's not the end of the world, and hopefully the wrestlers are okay. When we were listening to Bronson Reed just a second ago, and it sounds like he's in good spirits, and other doors are opening for him, so that's good. But you can't help. You're human. You can't help but be like, oh man, another one. And like, I'm watching SmackDown, and I'm saying, like, this is cool, but
dude, that's how I felt. Because I heard the releases, notifications are coming through as I'm watching SmackDown.
Yeah.
As I'm watching, okay, if I didn't watch the release, or if I didn't see releases, SmackDown was pretty good. But I couldn't, since it happened during release, I'm like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
My mind is somewhere else.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't see SmackDown on Friday. So, but I'm hearing about the releases, and then I watched it after the fact, and I was having a hard time, like, really enjoying it, because I'm thinking about, like, man, all these people just got let go. And then you start thinking about the people that got let go in the wave before, and the wave before, and the wave before, and it's just like, and then
who's next? Apollo Crews?
Exactly. That's where my mind went. It's like, I'm thinking about all the people that got released before, and then I'm thinking, like, of who I'm watching right now, who's next? And that's why I'm thinking, when I saw Finn, I'm like, oh shit. Like, he seems like, because I'm sure they're paying him a good amount of money.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that has not completely clicked on the main roster. And so you look at it like, I could see that dude, Nick Khan, just saying, oh, well, why are we paying this guy this much?
By the numbers, yeah.
Like Edge, Seth, Roman, that's probably safe.
With all these releases, especially NXT, I think I'm just at that moment. Like, I'm at that fork in the road that either, I don't know what's going to happen. If they drop some more releases, that I'm probably going to take a break from WWE. Take a break. Even my tribal chief, I'm sorry, sir. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
When I'm out, and I just probably just put. Even NXT is like, bro, I gotta take a break.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see what's popping.
It's gonna be hard to watch NXT.
I'm probably popping on AEW. I just like their atmosphere. What's going on right now, especially when I'm hearing the comments from Aleister Black or Malachi Black. Let me know how much creative freedom he has. Man, all right, bro. He could just be him.
Yeah.
And it's all on him, and I get that. And you have this whole dictatorship, this whole chain of command you have to go through, all these loops, and just hearing him, like his perspective, like he was gone for 6 months and he didn't talk to Vince. I'm like, how you not talk to Vince in 6 months? Bro, that's the boss. Man. That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
We see what happens, but I'm in that fork in the road. I'm like, bro.
No, I hear you. Look, I told you I've been trying to catch up with New Japan. Yeah. I've been getting more, just the background, and I want to catch
Impact too, man, because their story's been killing lately, bro.
Seriously.
Killing.
Seriously. Like thank goodness there are alternatives and other companies out there that are doing this shit. Yeah. Because if it was just WWE, I would be like, you know what? That's it, man. Yeah. Like, I'm about to take a break from wrestling altogether. But luckily, you've got, AEW, you've got New Japan, you've got Impact, you've got other companies out there too, man.
Yeah, ML
Dub, ROH,
yeah. Ring of Honor.
So, I mean, it's not the end of the world as far as wrestling fans, but as far as WWE goes, they need to get the shit together, man, because this shit right here is just bullshit. It just feels like bullshit. These people are human beings. Like, you can't do this to them, man. Like, just releasing them out of nowhere like this. Bronson Reed said, look, this doesn't just affect me. It affects my family. Yep. Like, that's just real.
Trickle down effect.
Yeah. So just it's not just like we lose a character on television that we like to root for. No, this man loses a paycheck that he would use to feed his family. Like, that shit is real. And you just cut them like, oh, yeah, look at this person on here. How much are they making? Bro, what? That's just some heartless shit that makes me on a personal level just not like WWE. If that's how they're going to do business going forward, I'm out. Honestly, like, that's when you say the fork in the road, shit like that. Yeah. I can disconnect right away and say, you know what? No, I can't support this. I can't.
They're in that cutthroat world of the corporate life, and I understand. I'm in that world, bro.
I get it.
I'm a number to them. Like, they can cut me anytime. It's like I would feel the exact same. Exactly.
I get it.
But at the your point, we're human.
There's still people with families. Like, come on, man. God, it's the same way why, like, as cool as it is to see, like, tables, ladders, and chairs matches, all this stuff, like, I still cringe when I see them do a crazy spot, because I'm like, don't get hurt, because I don't want you, like, getting an injury, and, like, you could be dead. You know what I'm saying? So, like, certain things I don't need to see you do. Like, I can still be entertained and you be safe. Like, I'm cool. I'd rather you be safe than do some crazy shit, get hurt, and you can't, you can't work or you can't walk or worse, So it's the same way. Like, it's because they're people. Like, same way where these cuts, it just affects you on a whole nother level. It's not just we lose a fan favorite. No, this person lost their freaking livelihood. Like, it sucks, man.
WWE definitely get their shit together, man, or they just gonna lose the passion. They're already losing the passion of the fans. But you better be lucky that you had this long break that people didn't have any wrestling to go to, any live shows. Yeah. Because right now you're just riding that wave of the honeymoon phase. But once that shit is over, you're gonna have a tough time selling out venues. You still selling tickets for your SummerSlam. You still selling tickets for SummerSlam. But guess what? AEW Rampage sold out in 2 days. 2 days is sold out, my guy.
Yep.
2 days is sold out.
Talk about it.
United Center done.
Yep.
Wrapped it up.
United Center. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I'm like,
dude,
all right. Y'all at WWE, get y'all shit, because it's like you said, it's other outlets for wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I started watching MLW. They just had this thing called Battle Riot Fest. It's like a Royal Rumble on crack. So you can eliminate your opponent just about not over the top rope by submission or pinfall as well, bro. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Check it out. It's on the MLW YouTube channel, bro. About an hour. Yes, hour and a half. Called Battle Riot. Shit was fun. fun, man. It was just a lot going on. I was like, oh shit, what's going on over here? Submission over here. He's getting ready to go on the top rope too. Oh shit, bro, this is wild. It was just wild. Chaos, yes, everywhere, man. But like I said, man, there is alternatives that I can go to now.
Yeah. I feel you, man. All right, man. Let's get into some of these breakdowns here. Let's just start with NXT since we're talking about this, because I honestly, and it's weird because we usually end on NXT, save it, best for last, the gold standard. But just the mood I'm in right now, I just kind of want to get this one out the way and then build our way up. So let's kick this off. So in NXT, I mean, it was a solid episode for sure, but it's just marred by some of these releases going on. So in general, I guess in terms of highlights of NXT, one big one for me, well, there's the highlight, obviously, is the main event, for sure, where we got Index, facts. Just being on full display, showing
like this. Love.
Oh, you mean the heart, right?
Oh, yeah, the heart. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing like a spade. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, right. No, spade. She was like, love.
Right. So that was definitely the highlight. But some other ones before we get into that. I loved Dakota Kai's breakdown of her and Raquel Gonzalez's falling out. Just her just being like, hey, like she was supposed to be, backing me up, and helping me get to the top, and then she becomes a star in her own right. And then we were supposed to be tag team champions, but then she forgets about all that and she starts doing her own thing. And the whole thing with EO, and she didn't think like, oh, I might want an opportunity. You forgot about me. Like maybe I wanted it. No, you were selfish and you took that opportunity. I said, oh, okay. Yep. And then she didn't even thank me. Like, what's going on, man? Didn't even thank me. Okay.
And I'm the sidekick now. I'm like, oh.
Right. I'm known as the sidekick. Oh, shit. Hell no. So I love that. That was great. Cameron Grimes, the matchup that him and LA Knight had was awesome. Just we talked about them potentially being a tag team. Yeah. And we got to see a little bit here, but this was I think the most emotional part of this storyline so far, where you got the $1 Million Man, coming out after Cameron Grimes gets betrayed by LA Knight. Yep. He leaves. LA Knight or Cameron Grimes still fights, but he gets beat. And then $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, he's like, you got to find a way out of this, man. Like he's like, I know you're a man of your word, but this just isn't right. Like, you're better than this. He's like, all right, Mr. DiBiase, I'll work on it. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm liking this. Okay. What you think of this, man? This and the Raquel and Dakota Kai.
Well, I'll start with the Raquel and Dakota Kai. That was I love how they do their video packages and they cut as Dakota Kai was narrating. Like, I brought her in, I brought her in as new, and you saw Raquel Gonzalez's history. She came in and made Young Classic, and I'm like, cool. It's all good. She's just breaking it down as to reasons why she did it, and I just like, yeah, I get it. I understand. I get it. she forgot about you. You brought her in. You put her on. You put her on game, and in the end, she didn't think about you. You got every right to kick her ass. Let her know. So I get that. So that was cool. The Cameron Grimes and what's his name?
LA Knight.
LA Knight. That's right. Yeah. So I like I said, I am thoroughly enjoying that story. Even backstage, they was getting ready. As LA Knight told him, like, yeah, just make sure I got your back. If I got your word, you got my back. I guarantee I got your back. Now go ahead and shine my boots. I was like, you asshole.
What an asshole. What an asshole.
I thought maybe we was on to something.
Yeah.
But no. My man was like, hey,
shine my boots.
Get shine my boots, bro. What the fuck what you talking about?
Right.
Get to these boots.
Right.
But I love that you brought up the emotional point of Ted DiBiase coming out. I thought that was perfect, and then Cameron Grimes showing him respect, calling him Mr. Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna find my way. So maybe he might make a stipulation where we get the grudge match that he finally get out. Because he already had 2 matches. He lost. So I believe he get his comeuppance match when it should be hopefully for Takeover. Set that for Takeover 36. I think that would be
rematch for
perfect.
For the belt.
Perfect environment for that, man, to get it squared away.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Let's see that happen. Definitely a takeover. Also, too, we had this tag team matchup: Ashanti, the Adonis, and Top Dollar versus Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. Matchup was great, but really it was about just kind of like the brawl at the end for me. Just both teams going at it, and then you had Santos Escobar ripping out the grill of Swerve.
Getting gangster.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it.
He was like, trying to hold him down. I was like, oh shit.
Dude, and then at the end too, like he's showing off the grill to the camera. He's like, hey, look what I got. Look what I got. So I did like that. So I guess my question to you is Santos back in terms of having your respect for, because he lost it and he lost mine too. Yeah. With the whole Jordan Devlin, not the Cruiserweight Championship thing, and Jordan Devlin dropped this crazy promo on him, and he didn't say anything. And I'm like, what? Shit. Come on, man, you got to say something. And then even with Karrion Kross, the whole thing where, Karrion Kross wanted, someone told him, I think Karrion Kross was in the building, and he's like, you know what? I'm going home. So, bro, what? What are you doing? So I've been out on Santos Escobar as far as him being this like dude I'm gonna take seriously as this like gangster character. Like his wrestling's on point. It's great.
It is. But the character wise,
the character was like, I don't know.
Has flaws.
Right.
Yeah.
But now, I feel like some time has passed and he's got this new feud, with Hit Row. Let you just hey, it's live. Right. This feud with Hit Row, I like the dynamic between the two teams. Do you see a path to kind of, I guess, redemption for this character, the Santos Escobar character, and redemption in meaning just getting our respect, not necessarily redemption for his character, right. Like just the respect of those that maybe lost respect.
Podcast, yes,
yeah, the Jordan Devlin and the Karrion Kross missteps.
It's a start. He's on the right path to slowly to get my respect. I did like that visual of him ripping the grill off of Swerve. You got Mendoza, you got what's the other one?
Joaquin.
I'm about to say Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Wilde as they holding him down. So I like that. I'm like, okay, I can get down with this. But you ain't there with me with the respect level. I still remember. It's still fresh in my mind. You pulled that bitch move. Like, you got out your car like you was about to do something.
Yeah.
And then you immediately got right back in your car and said, I'm going home. I was like, oh, damn. I'm done.
Yeah, man. So, okay. I mean, for me, I feel like he's starting to gain my respect again. I'm probably a little closer than you are as far as being able to respect him, because I honestly, during that moment, I was kind of like, oh shit, I like this, and it didn't even pop in my mind all the other bullshit that had happened before. I kind of just forgot about it, enjoyed it for what it was, and I thought it was a gangster move, man, and it felt legit. So I was like, okay, cool. And Swerve sold it, great. It was perfect. Just, reaching the jaw, being like, oh, what the fuck, like wanting revenge. So I like that a lot. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. Hopefully they continue to build it up and don't have any missteps there. So speaking of, though, maybe missteps with character before we get into the main event here. So this is the episode where Joe, was told, hey, we're going to have security around you, make sure nothing happens. And Joe's being gangster, right? So Joe on this show, just know I'm when I say missteps, I'm not talking about Joe.
No, we're not talking about Joe. We don't know. Joe is solid. Joe is solid.
But and you kind of gave me a heads up on this one.
Did.
So Karrion Kross came out, and he just like just making a beeline to the ring, but they're not to the ring, to the announce table. Stands on the announce table and he calls out Joe, and he's telling Joe what's up, giving them the business on the microphone. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Here comes Joe. Minute Joe shows up, Karrion Kross is looking for the exit. he said, I mean, it was a nice attempt, to try to build up the anticipation for this match. But here's the thing: I was already there for the match. The only thing that's been mussing it up is all the stuff on Raw. The fact that he's been facing Keith Lee and Jeff. He lost to Jeff Hardy, then he lost to Keith Lee recently. Beat Keith Lee, but then he lost one too. But whatever, I can kind of put that aside because in NXT he's been nothing but a badass. Okay. So to this point. But here, he's on the table and he's like, speaking with his chest, but the minute Joe comes out, instead of him going at Joe and like having security, having to separate the two, like you typically would do, like you don't get Brock Lesnar saying, John Cena, Goldberg, and then the minute one of them comes out, oh shit,
Paul, get that door ready.
Side door is ready for him. He's like, looking for that door. I'm like, what? Slide to the left. Like, he just got himself out of there, man. Just went straight. That's basically what he did. He just kind of shuffled out like,
oh shit. It was crazy. He had this shock face like Joe was gonna, he's trying to fight me right now. Shit,
right. He's gonna like, okay. And I'm like, come on, Karrion. Like, it wasn't the end of the world the way it happened. Because it's just, I think that also what hurts it is the way he's been portrayed on Raw as well. Not having Scarlett, losing all the smoke and popping circumstance with his entrance, and then he loses to Jeff, he loses to Keith Lee. The aura is gone. So now you look at it and it's like something like this. It just adds to it. It's like
it does. That's how I exactly felt. Like, to your point, I was keeping it like split. I'm like, all right, I get it. That's a different universe. That's like universe 6, whatever. Okay, whatever, man. It got nothing to do with NXT.
Done right.
But the minute he called out Joe, and he's like, Joe comes out like,
right. All right, we got it.
Out of here.
He's serious.
I'm like, really,
man, dude? That's crazy. One thing I still do appreciate about this storyline, though, is Samoa Joe got me thinking about Blade the whole time when he's in this thing, because he's sitting there like, Frost! And I just think about Blade, man.
Frost!
I don't know. In my mind, it's like, was that guy's name Cross, but it was Frost, but I think it's Blade. I'm just thinking of Blade whenever he does it. Frost!
Because that's how Keith Lee did it when Keith Lee and Karrion Kross was going at it, and Karrion Kross did the yoga fly. No, it was Scarlett who did the yoga fire.
Yoga flame.
And then he's in he got the towel on his ass. He's like, I want Kross!
Oh man, yeah, dude. Just anybody, apparently, if you're a face and you're going against Karrion Kross and you got beef with him, hey, just you got to do it. It's probably in the contract.
Kross!
You make sure you do it, in like true Wesley Snipes Blade fashion. You say that Kross, just like Frost.
Still one of my favorite villains, by the way. Sidebar.
Yeah, he's cool. I mean, he's kind of losing me a little bit, to be honest with you, because he was talking some smack about Black Widow, saying, I feel, embarrassed for Scarlett, having to be, in the movie. And I was just like, what the fuck? Dude, all these people that talk shit about, the Marvel movies and comic movies in general, and it's like, it's not cinema, it's not film, it's all this. Man, get a life. Shut the fuck up. Like,
fuck you.
Y'all just jealous because you ain't getting that paycheck. You're like, come on, man. And he was in Blade. Yes. It kills me. He was in Blade.
You just wasn't getting the early, you were just in the early Marvel. You want to get that new Marvel money.
Yeah. You want to talk shit like, I'm embarrassed for it. Man, get out of here. Anyway. Back to Cross. The match is. I mean, we're on the road to TakeOver 36. The match is still there. I'm excited for it from the standpoint of seeing Samoa Joe back in action and seeing him get the belt off of Karrion Kross, and potentially the last entrance that we'll see with Karrion Kross and Scarlett for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, Vince tunes in and sees TakeOver 36 and realizes, oh shit, that's kind of nice. I kind of like this.
Right.
But you
got
probably
the fall, got the hot wife.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what my son.
I get it now. Yeah. But who knows? Who knows, man? I don't know.
What you think, Nick Khan? What you think?
Shit, don't ask that dude nothing. That man don't watch wrestling. That man has no idea.
He just knows the meaning of release.
Right, exactly. Yeah, just release. Good. Man, lighting over there, huh?
Right, man. Yeah, put it over there.
Man. So let's talk about Index. So we got Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano, the match, love her or leave her match. Also emotional for sure. The true MVP of this match was Beth Phoenix.
Yes.
Beth Phoenix commentary. The match was great.
The commentary was just on point.
But Beth Phoenix commentary,
Big Joseph.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Overall,
for that match. Phoenix,
Beth Phoenix just is so invested in this love story. You could feel her pain every time it felt like Johnny Gargano was going to get a pinfall victory or a submission victory. She was screaming like, no. I'm like, Beth, okay, I get it. But it was great. Like everything she was doing, it helped make it even more intense of a situation.
It elevated the story, man.
It did. And at the end there, with Johnny Gargano getting the victory, which I mean, that's my guy Johnny Gargano, so I'm Team Johnny. I'm like, yeah, Johnny, like this for her own good.
Right?
I don't know. I'm fine, but
hey, I'm a father. I got 3 girls. I understand, bro.
Yeah.
And nobody good enough for my girl. No one.
Right? Exactly. Shit, I was like, I get it. Okay, Johnny. And then he took, he took out Dexter Lumis, got the 1, 2, 3, and looked straight at Indy. And she's like, I love you. I did this for you.
Yep.
I did this for you. Even at the beginning of the match, he pointed to his T-shirt. He pointed to her. He's like, this is for Indy. This is for her. I was like, yeah, I like this. Yeah, Johnny. So, but then they're getting ready to leave because at this point, stipulation, since Johnny Gargano won, it's over. And Index is done. They're up the ramp. But Indy Hartwell keeps looking back. Dexter Lumis is on the ground, still writhing in pain and probably both emotional and physical pain. And then she looks back, and then she runs back to the ring. At this point, I think Dexter was standing up.
Yep,
she jumps on top of him, knocks them both down, and then she just starts kissing them. Yeah. And then, it's like finally the first time these two got to kiss. You got Johnny Gargano and Candice both looking back like, what is happening? What's going on? Beth Phoenix losing her mind. Oh my goodness! Yes. True love conquers all. So yeah, man. So they said stipulation be damned. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. So now they are a thing. Index is here.
They got the T-shirts, bro. They have Index T-shirts. I was shocked by that,
dude. It's awesome. Yes. I'm happy for them, but I feel for Johnny. But it's kind of like, okay, I think at this point, what you could see is like, hey, she really does care for this dude, and I think he really cares for her too. I think Johnny might look at it and be like, okay, we're gonna give this dude a chance, trial period. Even though I feel like it's gonna happen because he truly does care for Indy. So I think he's gonna give Dexter a chance. But what do you think of this whole situation?
I love this, man. I love the story, man. This was great storytelling. Shout out to JD Russellbred because she was doing her live show, and when she talked about this, I brought it up. This was like a great soap opera wise, like a love story of Romeo and Juliet. That's how I felt. And she was like, hell yeah, that was a perfect example. And that's what I saw, man. The father's not approving of the girlfriend's boyfriend, and I get that, man. I have 3 girls. All right, help me. And I got teenagers. I got 19. I got 16. I got 13. So help me. It's real out here. But like you said, man, I understood John. I was kind of rooting for Johnny, but yeah, I wanted to see would they finally hook up. And we got the best of they gave us like basically
the best
a
of both
perfect
worlds.
ending. Yeah, best of both worlds, man. Johnny Gargano won, which is cool, which he should. You know, he's that dude.
Yeah.
And then in the end, you know, it made sense. You know, you see Indy looking back, and you see that Index. You know, he's just looking. You see the emotion too, like from him. Like, oh man, I lost her for good. You just see that in his eyes. I'm like, she runs toward him. I'm like, oh okay, that's cool. I enjoyed that, man. Like you said, the commentary was on point. I enjoy how when Johnny Gargano was over there by announce tables, looked at Beth Phoenix. He was like, "This is your fault. This is your fault." And Wade Barrett's like, "Well, he is right. This is your fault."
Facts.
Yeah, but this is a fun story, man.
Yes,
NXT always knock it out of the park with their stories when it comes to love stories. WWE, you never know. They might start off right, and then in the end they just flop it. You know, with Otis and Mandy, like it started off good. People got invested, and in the end we didn't care. Right. And here,
Buddy and Aaliyah, just disappeared.
Right. What was
awkward
that?
from the beginning, and then they went nowhere. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
So,
But this, when it's in the NXT hands, they take care of it. They treat it with love and care. They gave us a long, good story of it too, man. This is not like a month thing. This is like, man,
they've been drawing this out. It's been going on for a minute.
Bro.
A hot minute, yeah.
Yes, and they told it well. So I appreciate NXT telling a great love story.
Yeah, man. Agreed. So yeah, those are definitely the highlights for sure. NXT overall, solid show. You know, definitely enjoyable. The gold standard. Hopefully, rumors aren't true, and Vince starts watching NXT and realizes this is a dumb idea to make these wholesale changes and keeps the gold standard alive. Definitely, man. Come on, Vince.
Yeah, I hope because I know how much you love NXT. You love,
dude. It's my favorite
NXT.
show.
I know. And when I saw the rumors, even though it's rumors, I'm just looking at it. What I've been seeing main roster call up from Face Value. I'm like, shit, this is gonna hurt Hafeez.
Yeah.
Like, just hurt his passion for wrestling. I don't know,
dude. It's just it won't kill my passion for wrestling. No way. Like it's just too deep. I've been watching wrestling for way too long. I'm invested. Yeah. But it sucks because there's so many wrestlers in NXT that I love, and I just love the way that Triple H runs it, that Shawn, who's in there now, William Regal, that whole team, they run a ship where it feels like a family. Like I fell in love with NXT too, seeing some of the backstage stuff and like Triple H talking to the entire roster in the back and just kind of telling them all, hey, like this is a big show, this and that, and I love you, believe in you, this and that, like go kill it. And then seeing Triple H go out to the crowd and get people riled up. This is NXT. I'm like, I wish they could do this in WWE. So yeah, man, it's just such a beautiful like place where like people like Keith Lee can go and just be himself and not have to cover up and wrestle and do flips, and it's cool. He gets to the fucking main roster, and they're trying to take all that away from him. And, it just shows you how different it totally is. So, yeah, man, I hope that Vince just leaves it alone. Just let Triple H do what he's doing. Just let Triple H just keep doing his thing. Do some other territory. Use that for your developmental. Don't mess with NXT. It's on USA. If you do these wholesale changes, then you can't put it on USA. That's another thing that I'm thinking is like that doesn't feel like a product that fits TV. If you take away all the stars, the people that are watching are going to tune out. And then now it's going to feel like, wait, what am I watching? Like, it's not even, it's just, who is this? Who are these people?
Right.
Like the breakout tournament is cool, but if it was the breakout tournament every couple of weeks, couple months, where they keep reciting, like refreshing and going through, I don't know. Like I can't get invested long-term in something like that. Like it's crazy. So I don't know, man. We'll see. So hopefully just leave it alone. Let Triple H get this one. Let Hunter keep this one. Please.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, man. We'll see. I'm a
Triple H, you fucking up.
I'm a hold out hope until they officially.
I hope so, man. For you, yeah. I hope so, sir.
Oh man,
I hope so.
I need it. Come on now,
give me my energy.
Right, like Spirit Bomb.
Put your hands up.
NXT fans, let's give Triple H your energy. Oh man! All right. Let's try to breeze through Raw and SmackDown because I feel like we could get through those two shows pretty quickly as far as the highlights go. Raw, I mean, usually there aren't too many highlights from Raw anyway. I mean, Goldberg showing up, it's like, okay, that's fine. The stuff with his son was kind of interesting, seeing MVP and Bobby getting his face and then Goldberg coming out to his son's defense was pretty cool.
Bobby gonna smash him. Like, smash him, Bobby.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna grab him by his neck, throw him, bring him out, and start putting the boots to him. I'm like, damn, like this is about to happen. So, but Papa came out, Spirit MVP, and protected him, so that was fine. That was what it was.
I didn't care for Goldberg. Even in they in Chicago, and come to find out too, they piped some of those Goldberg chants in.
Oh yes,
they piped some Goldberg chants in. Coming from shout out to some of my boys in the Clark Street wrestling community. It was there at the live show. Yeah. They said there was some Goldberg chants, but it wasn't that loud because when they went to rewatch it on Hulu, they was like, hold up.
Yeah,
it wasn't this loud.
Right? No, man. Look, it was also. I didn't catch this, but it was reported too, and I'm sure a lot of people that saw it, that the Drew McIntyre ovation was from an old John Cena ovation, and you could hear Michael Cole in the background saying the 16th time, and I didn't see that from what I was watching.
Oh, I heard that because it was hard to hear, but if you were wearing headphones, if you're watching the show on your phone, you could definitely hear it. Okay. And as Drew's coming out, I hear Michael Cole. I'm like, Michael Cole ain't here.
Right.
My phone fuck up or something.
Right.
Nah. They piped in that crowd noise.
That's crazy.
Vince, you gotta have control. You just can't let Chicago be.
Dude, man. It's just unnecessary. It's just so unnecessary. So, speaking of unnecessary, so I'm sure my brother, if he tuned into Raw, he's probably going to take another break because of the Morrison Damian Priest match that happened for the 1,484th time. Because he said
the promo was tough to watch. I'm sorry.
It was
uncomfortable. Damian Priest looked nervous. He was shaking. I could tell. The live crowd got to him. I was like, oh.
They were chanting CM Punk, and he didn't know what to do.
No,
he didn't know what to do. He's
you gotta understand where you at, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna chant it. Come on.
Yeah, he was falling apart. I was like, shit, no. And here I am, the guy used to say, hey, Arrow guy, I'm not there with it. The promos, everything. He's still too green. Now I'm rooting for him. Now I want him to succeed. And I see this happen, and I'm saying, shit. No. It's crazy. But yeah, it was uncomfortable. But the main issue, though, is why do we keep going to the same old matches over and over and over and over and over again?
Because
it's
repeat ass wrestling. Raw.
There you go. Done. It's decided.
Right. It's decided. Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah, you just coined it, man. That is the true meaning of Raw. Yes, it's just repeat ass wrestling, and that's just what Vince probably has it on a bulletin board somewhere. He's like, this is good shit. One day some podcast is going to catch on and they're going to realize it and, it'll be funny. But it's funny, but it's not because it's old. It's played out. Really, you're going to do this match again? And what sucks is both of these guys, they're great in the ring against each other. They have good chemistry. The match itself was cool, seeing them go back and forth. But you've done it to death, so whatever. I'm not going to spend too much energy on that. It is what it is. Ricochet, Yeah, Ricochet came out. Sheamus came out. They made it a tag team match. Cool. I'm excited for the Sheamus and Damian Priest matchup. This didn't do anything to kind of not make me excited about that. I'm still there for that.
Yeah, but I just did enjoy the Miz TV show, and you got Damian Priest kind of just losing it, showing his nerves. I'm like,
Yeah.
So it didn't really get me excited for the match with Morrison. I'm like, yeah, fast forward. Luckily, I started Raw 30 minutes behind, so I was able to fast forward some parts, and that was one I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, man. I just yeah. So we had let's see, Keith Lee, ended up getting hit a little bit of revenge. He beat Karrion Kross, which hey, having the NXT champion lose on television now, it's kind of becoming a normal thing. So whatever.
But Keith Lee needed it.
He needed it. It was good for Keith.
Yeah, it was.
It was good for Keith. I'm not mad at that part. The man needs a win, so
he does.
If it's going to come this way, fine. But
so be it.
Karrion, though, man, I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, man. I mean, I guess the big highlight for me in this one is definitely the main event.
Yeah.
The Nikki Ash versus Charlotte Flair matchup, no holds barred. The match itself, this was fire, man. This was a fire ass matchup. These two women went at it. They used everything, and Charlotte beat the hell out of Nikki a couple times, man. Spearing her through the barricade, the power bomb through the announce table, and she was just ferocious. Like, this is my title, this is my house, this is my world. Like, I'm like, I believe it.
Right.
The way she was, I'm like, I believe it. I love Sasha and I love Becky, love Bayley, but she was standing out right now like, I'm the queen. Like, I'm the queen. And I'm like, damn. Like, this was some special stuff from Charlotte for sure, man. Seeing her with this level of intensity, like, I was nervous. And when she was clearing off the table, like throwing stuff around, and she was pissed, I swear she almost threw like whatever the monitor or whatever else it was that she had, tablet into the crowd. Like, she just flung it. I'm like, fuck. Like Charlotte, but luckily it was still tethered to a cord, and it like hit the ground. I'm like, Charlotte, understand? Like, if you hit somebody, you get sued. Like, calm down. But she didn't give a fuck. She's just like, like, this is my world, and just beat the shit out of Nikki. But Nikki showed the perseverance, hung in there, kicked out, had Charlotte being like, what is it gonna take to put this girl out? Then she ducked the spear through the table. Charlotte put herself through the table and then hit that wicked top rope, like swinging neck breaker.
What she used to do when she was Nikki, when she was crazy Nikki.
She was Nikki Cross, yes. I'm like, oh man, this is great. Someone called it a new finisher. I was like, new finisher? She's been doing that.
No, she's been doing that.
Yeah,
you know her.
Right, exactly. But yeah, man, just it was a great matchup. It was a great matchup. Nikki, getting the victory was awesome. It feels weird that this is a triple threat and that Rhea Ripley is going to be in this matchup. I'm a fan of Rhea. I want to see Rhea continue to rebuild herself now on Raw. But I don't know. This feels like this really should just be Nikki and Charlotte.
The way the story is now,
it's going right now.
Yeah. Because at first it felt like it was like a three-way they were trying to tell, but now it's like it's just focused around Charlotte and Nikki Ash.
Yeah,
and shout out to the ladies having back-to-back main events. Because even the week before they main evented, now this week is a no disqualification match. Just basically a street fight, and they beat the holy. Well, actually, Charlotte beat the holy hell out of Nikki Ash.
She did,
to a point. I'm like, just end it now, because at one point she could have, and she picked her up. It was like 1, 2. She's like, nah, I ain't done. I was like, oh shit, we doing this?
Yeah,
man. It was a violent match. Ladies told a great story. Even pleased the crowd. They asked for tables. They gave them tables. So yeah, man, it was a damn good match, man. It was a great way to end the night for that Chicago crowd.
Absolutely. And a special shout out to Omos too. I just want to bring up real quick that he looked better in his selling in this matchup. Against Riddle for sure. Right. And just looked like a beast. Yeah, the salsa. Yeah, no, he was better this time for sure. So I appreciated that. And yeah, he just looked like a beast at times too. When the referee was counting out Riddle, he just stared at the referee and was like, didn't say anything, but just kind of mean mugged the referee. And I was like nervous for the ref. And the ref was kind of looking over his shoulder like, oh, shit. Oh, 4, 5, oh, shit, 6, 7, 8. I'm like, good. That's good. So, yeah, man, Omos is doing his thing.
When is Randy going to help out his boy? If he help out his boy, he just show up at SummerSlam.
If he even does, man, I don't know. The hell is going on with Randy? He's doing his best John Cena interpretation, man.
Yes, he is.
You can't see
me.
Oh, man. On to SmackDown.
Yeah.
SmackDown here. Let's see. I mean, the return of Sasha Banks addressing the crowd, letting people know once again that she has not forgotten what took place between her and Bianca, and she's not going to share the spotlight anymore. It's her spotlight. It's hers forever. So that was cool. Bianca came out letting her know, like, oh, no, like, if anything, first of all, you were begging me to pick you to be in so we could make history. Like, you practically begged me.
Fact check time.
Right. So I was like, all right, cool. I like this. And I like the animosity in these two, like, actually, like, not liking each other going into this rematch at SummerSlam. So both of them just going back and forth is cool. Zelina Vega kind of put herself in the middle of it. A little bit weird with this because Bianca said, don't think I forgot the promise I made to you. So she was going to give her a title shot. But then Adam Pearce was saying like, well, it's not official, I'm like, huh? Like, what's going on? So that was weird. And Sonya Deville's like, yeah, even though Bianca's champion, she doesn't make the matches. I do. Yeah, I'm like,
oh.
What?
Interesting choice of words. No, we.
Yeah, no, we. But Adam didn't
co-management here.
Adam didn't even fight her on that. He just kind of was like, just win it. So I don't know what the hell's going on there.
I don't know, man.
Then they're like, yeah, you just basically face her tonight, and then if you win, then you can get the winner of the match at SummerSlam.
Basically, a contenders match.
Contenders match, which she would end up losing. So I don't know what is going on there. Because these contenders matches, I don't know. They're just weird. Yeah. We had another one later on too. We'll talk about that. But what's your thoughts on Bianca and Sasha? I guess more focusing on that because the whole Zelina. I guess if you want to talk about Zelina too a little bit, you can. But I think the big story here really is Sasha and Bianca.
I'm digging a feud between these ladies, man. There is it feel like it's getting to that boiling point. We're not there. But we're steadily getting to that boiling point. Like it's a few sizzles in the water right now before it starts boiling. Yeah. And I can't wait. So, but I love the back and forth banter between the women. Sasha stating her claim, letting her know why she the boss. But love Belair coming in there, checking her too. Like, nah, I'm the champ. Girl, what you talking about? Came in there, let her know who the champ is. I love that, man. And by the way, even though I don't know why WWE fans or just fans are not fond of the Sasha Banks laugh. I like it.
Oh, I love it.
I love it, man.
That's her laugh. Literally, she was on Stone Cold's podcast and she did the same thing. And just like normally, I was like, oh shit, that's just how she laughs. So it's like she just puts it out there more, and she's a heel, so perfect. You don't like to laugh.
Exactly. Good. She's doing her damn job.
Right.
But yeah, man, these ladies are right now, they're on fire, bro. Both of them.
Yeah. Just perfect, pitch perfect. I am still amazed at how good of a face Bianca is. Like, I did not think when I first saw Bianca Belair, I thought, okay, she probably more naturally as a heel character because she was like this arrogant, like I'm the best, the fastest, all this, and rubbing it in people's faces. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a heel character. But man, just seeing her as a face, coming out as champion, and letting her know the part you talked about where Zelina Vega was talking to Bianca, and then Sasha interjected, and she's like, well, Bianca turned around and said, first of all, nobody was talking to you. Second of all, I'm the champion, like just letting her know. I said, wow, cool, man. Like I could get behind this. And just the way that she's carrying herself right now, with the elegance, the class, and just, it just seems like just a great fit for her as a face, man. Just everything about her just screams like superstar. So she's doing an excellent job. And Sasha is killing it as a heel. We all know Sasha Banks, the heel Sasha, is the best Sasha. I love Sasha, heel or face, regardless. I don't care. I'm always going to root for Sasha.
I can't wait till we get down to predictions.
It's going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting.
I am undecided right now. I am totally undecided.
I'm not there yet.
I don't know. I don't know which way we're going.
Not there, right?
I love it. I love that. I love that it's not predictable, and you can just sit here like we're not too far out and still be like, I don't know. I don't know which way this is going to go. So this is going to be fun, man. But both these women, they're killing it, man. They're killing the game. Zelina is cool seeing her involved a little bit, but I feel like her part is kind of like, all right, it's a good tease, but I want more development overall for her as a character and as a wrestler. We've seen her as a manager, but as a wrestler, I feel like she needs to. It's so funny. I was thinking about AEW Dark and how, you have like Britt Baker going to AEW Dark to build up her wins.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I feel like Zelina kind of needs that. Zelina kind of needs that like format. Like, you know what, Zelina, before you go challenge your Bianca, I feel like you need a place where you can go build up your wins.
Go to main event.
Build up some credits, and then come back when you're more established, But it is what it is. It's all good. Yeah. Like, I don't want her to go to main event because she's getting cut if that happens. Right. Please, no. Please don't do that. So, but have it happen where she has maybe her and Liv Morgan, have a feud or something like that, or someone else in the roster. Liv Morgan too. Like, where the hell is she at? Like, what's going on?
Ever since Money in the Bank, she's been gone.
Just gone off television completely. So I don't know. Maybe she's on main event. Which shit, that's not a good sign.
Right.
Yeah. How much you getting paid?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just this dude, man.
Right. You never know, man.
Fuck. So man, we'll see with them. But again, Sasha, Bianca, awesome. Talked about that there was another contenders matchup, and there was in the form of Shinsuke King Nakamura, I should say, versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental title contenders match. Weird thing to do where you put a contender against the champion, not for the title, and then they win, or if they win, then they get another title shot. Like, wait,
huh?
But I just saw them beat them, so it's like, no. But what they did here is they had to end the disqualification, which does that count then as like, okay, you won, so now you get your match? Or is it just like, well, you didn't pin them or submit them, so it doesn't really count? Like, I don't know. It's just a weird match to do, but love Rick Boogs, love the entrance, love having that back. Feel like this crowd wasn't the crowd to really get into it, but they were okay. Mm-hmm. And the matchup itself was quick. And of course, you did have the interference and, it didn't end. But I do like the tease of, okay, Shinsuke, Intercontinental Champion, let's go. Like, I would love to see that. I love to see Shinsuke compete for that title, potentially win that title, and then, go on this run as champion. So what do you think about this?
This is I say this is one of the downsides of SmackDown, and this is more on Apollo. When he got the title, he got it. All of a sudden, it was like they just started. He's just been on this slow decline. I think he even haven't won a match since.
He hasn't won anything clean.
Yeah, like since April. Yeah. If I was looking at the stats, I think so. It's April. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, bro, just establish him as that dude. Like you did it with. Well, you was just telling a story with Big E of becoming Intercontinental Champion. Now you got to establish him as that dude to be the IC champ. Like, man, he's the top, he's not the top heel, but he's the heel for the Intercontinental Champion, and let him establish his run. But no, man, it's just been on decline. So I'm in favor of hopefully Shinsuke, because they have a great presentation. Him and Rick Boogs seems to be like a crowd favorite as well. Yeah, the crowd wasn't really into it, but it would be
not like at that like level that I'm hoping for, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I think they Tampa anyway, man. But if they go to like one of like Chicago with that, Philly, New York, that shit would be it would be loud as hell in there, man.
Yep.
So I think they have a great presentation that it would help if he got the title, and I think he could bring some. I think he can make that title relevant too.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Crazy. I gotta say that, man.
Fuck. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I it's hard to disagree with you on this one, man. Like I'm rooting for Apollo to have a good run in WWE, and this run's been okay, but not really getting a clean win, and just story doesn't seem to be progressing. His character development kind of stopped at WrestleMania, and it's just like it's just kind of getting stale a little bit. So the character is still interesting. It's just let's do more with it. Let's actually tell a story now between him and Shinsuke.
Get some backstage segments with this guy.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see where we go from there. Let's see. Doubling back a little bit, I'll just mention real quick that Jay handled Dominic, got the dub. Little bit of a distraction on the outside with stuff going on with Jimmy and Rey Mysterio, but Jay took advantage and did what he should have, which was beat Dominic clean. So that was cool to see. Dominic kind of struggling with trying to find his way on SmackDown. Seems like a good story for him. Just he's young, he's green, but he's got his dad in his corner. So I feel like, okay, that's cool. Like I like what's going on there.
Fucking up, son.
Yeah, right. Basically, exactly. That's basically the story there, man.
Yeah, put him on the spot like that. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I'll get my turn then.
Oh, yeah.
You'll turn on this dad. Uncle Eddie's son.
Someday, man. Someday. I can see it happening eventually.
Shit.
But yeah, man, that's hilarious. We got Tegan Knox versus Tamina. Tegan and Shotzi, or Shotzi and Knox, I should say. Yeah. We're out there. Tegan one-on-one with Tamina. Natalia, I don't know if she was like
Natalia. No, she's
injured.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured something happened because Tamina came out with both belts, so something happened there. We had interference on the outside from Shotzi shooting the rocket at Tamina during the match, which how is that not a disqualification?
I don't know.
That was kind of weird, like I guess
it didn't hit them.
Yeah, but she's still that was a clear interference in the matchup.
It was.
I don't know. That was just that was bizarre.
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
I didn't care for it. I didn't really care for this match.
Yeah, well, I didn't care for the match. I'm rooting for Tegan and Shotzi. I want them to get over.
Shotzi, my girl, bro.
Yeah, but I
didn't care for it.
It's not so far. It's not there. It's not progressing. It doesn't feel like they're getting more popular. It just feels like they're kind of just there. Honestly. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But fingers crossed that they can build momentum.
They need like a video cut. Just explain.
They need promos,
their motivation, what they're here for. I think they did that, but I think I need to see more of that, though.
Yeah. And honestly, I think, early prediction, if they do this at SummerSlam, I feel like with this one, that they should lose. I don't know if they will lose, but I think they should lose because if they win, then I don't know that the crowd is going to care because they succeeded. They're already successful. But if they lose, then maybe the crowd feels bad and like kind of roots for them. Like let's say they lose and then they cut a promo, how much this means to them, and then they, build themselves back up. Like that can maybe get them some more fans, caring about what they're going through in their journey. Let's see here. Oh man, so
your boy,
the Messiah himself,
your boy.
Yes.
As soon as I seen that smile, I was like, oh, your boy.
So this is great. So we had Edge come out, and he's cutting a promo about Seth's not here. And, if Seth was here, then I would handle it because, what I would do to him would land me in jail, land him in the hospital, and it would be handled and talking all this stuff. And Seth gets on the screen like, enough of all this. I'm here,
in this butterfly suit.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man, the drip god, man, was on point.
Yes,
was on point. And so, yeah, like he was just getting on Edge, like basically just all the same stuff. Like, because Edge was saying they're very similar. There's the comparisons are there. Man, Seth's like, yeah, but I'm just better than you in every way, and you know it. MJF, you know it.
Yeah, right. Yep, and you know it. Just playing it real cool too.
Right away. Yeah.
Yes.
But he's like, I'm better than you. And then he's like, I'm in your head. I've got you wrapped around my finger. Like you're in the palm of my hands. And Edge is like, or then he talks about, think about this. You want a match with me? You understand what I do to people? When I do the curb stomp to people with healthy necks, what I do to them. You understand? And you're coming off of what? Not one, not two, but 3 surgeries. And you want to match with me? How are you going to be? Like, think about the ramifications. Think about the consequences. What is this going to mean for you as a father, as a husband?
Don't you mention my dog.
I was like, yes, Seth, get him.
Right.
Oh, man. And then Edge got back at him, like you said, say, don't you talk about my family. You keep my children's name out your mouth. Then he basically ran down Seth Rollins and called that man Edge Light. He just basically called that man Edge Light, said, dude, you are a lower version of me, and essentially you're Edge Light. And Seth was like, no, don't you dare. Don't you know? I'm not Edge Light.
You want your match?
You want your match? You got it. So Edge, it worked. Edge, It was funny, the manipulation both ways. At first, Seth Rollins was in control. He had him in the palm of his hand. You can see Edge was like being just like he was waiting for Seth to take the opportunity, and he wouldn't, and he was kind of messing with them, like, you know what, I'll think it over. I'll ponder the idea, but maybe you should ponder the idea because of what I do to people with to the neck. I'm like, dude, this is great. But then, Edge comes back at him with the comments and calls him Edge Light, and all of a sudden, Seth is pissed off, and he's getting goaded into this matchup, and now he's taking this matchup under duress. Like, all right, fine, I'll give you the match. I want the match now. Like, damn, all right, Edge. So it was cool seeing the back and forth between these two guys, man. What were your thoughts?
Great promo. Oh, it was a great promo between the two. Like, I enjoyed it. Just Seth is just on another level of heel. Like, he is definitely knocking out of the park. I love his long-term storytelling towards the Universal Championship as well too. So that's a play as well. Like, you got to keep that in the background because he feels that he is the rightful Universal Champion. So that plays a key point of his motivation as well. But him and Edge, and when Edge called him Edge Light, I was like, oh shit. And you just see the decorum from Seth. It is gone now.
Right. Right.
Fuck that, bro. What? You want your match?
Yep.
It went from thinking about it, you know what I'm saying, pondering, like, fuck that. Yep. You got it. You got your match.
Edge, I remember too, Edge broke it down to, like, remember who eliminated you from Royal Rumble last year?
Yeah.
Me. Remember, in 2020, I eliminated you from the Royal Rumble. In 2021, I eliminated you from the Royal Rumble. And that still sticks with you. And I'm just like, oh shit, man. Shit. Like, which is crazy. If that was all on purpose to build towards this, kudos. I mean, I feel like I don't want to give him that much credit as far as WWE for booking that. But I guess kudos to Edge for using that in this story.
To tell the story, yes.
It's smart. It's smart from Edge to say, hey, you know what? Damn, I eliminated him both times. Let me bring that in. He tried to take me out in 2014, didn't finish the job. I came back. I beat him I eliminated him in both Royal Rumbles. Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. When he mentioned that, you could see Seth slowly unraveling because he was I was like, uh-oh. He didn't like that.
All right.
As soon as Edge said your Edge Light, he lost it. He lost it. That's all he needed to hear. You got your match.
Yep. Done.
Right.
I'm going to take you out. Yeah, man. So I'm excited for this matchup. This definitely has that show stealer of the night type of vibe to it.
Yes.
Like, it won't be the main event, but it definitely feels like a main event matchup.
It does.
That,
it does.
You know, it's getting hot. It's getting hot right now. This story is great. The return of the Street Profits to SmackDown was cool. You know, I feel like they did a great job trying to get the crowd more hyped up over there. So, they did their job. And this matchup with Dirty Dogs, I mean, it was cool. It was basic, but it was
about
just
the numbers.
Yeah, but it was cool to see the Street Profits. So
it was.
I would bring that up. And then, let's talk about Finn. Let's just get into Finn right now. So,
you ain't that smiling Finn anymore.
So that was cool, right? So just to take a step back, they interviewed Finn, and Finn was saying, he's obviously he's pissed off. You got Baron Corbin, costing him the opportunity, so he's going to handle him tonight. And when he's done with Baron Corbin, he then has a bone to pick with John Cena. I said, yes, good. I'm glad that he's not going to let that go and be like, oh, okay, I want Roman Reigns, and that's like, no. John Cena screwed you over.
Right.
John Cena didn't have to come. Yeah, he didn't have to come out there and do that and sign his name on your contract. What the
Step
fuck?
one, handle Baron Corbin. Or bum ass Baron Corbin ass.
Yeah, exactly.
You called him. Step two, handle John Cena. Beat up John Cena.
Beat up John Cena. Let's do it. So, the match with Corbin kicks off, and Corbin immediately wants the microphone. Whoa, man, I apologize. I'm sorry.
I get it. I'm desperate.
I'm a desperate man. I'm sorry. Finn, apology not accepted. Just Finn beats him up. Basically it was an ass whooping. Corbin got a little bit of offense in, but Finn took care of business. Got the win. Coup de grace, done. 1, 2, 3. Gets on the microphone. 3 years ago, the old Finn would have smiled this off and said, whatever. It's just would have been smiling, but no. That Finn is dead. Done. I'm not smiling anymore. Roman Reigns, I want you. I want my Universal Championship, my championship shot. I don't care if I have to go through John Cena to get it. Boom. Roman Reigns music hits. Oh, shit. Heavens open up. Come up. Everything like, okay. But Roman, the energy he came out with is, look, I'm with you. I understand.
Right.
But now you out here running your mouth after I tried to help you. Like, anytime you think about basically saying my name or mentioning the tribal chief, don't. Just from now on, keep my name out your mouth. And was done.
Threw the motherfucking mic at him.
Threw the mic at his
Threw
chest.
the mic at him.
Wow.
Yes, he checked him.
Dude, man.
Checked him.
So, yeah, man.
Keep your name out my mouth.
So keep this going, man, because I want you to break this down because this is your dude. So your thoughts on this segment here, and then the aftermath after he threw the mic at him.
First of all, I am glad. I think when Finn first re-debuted to SmackDown, I think a lot of people were on the fence about which version of Finn Balor. Blue Balor. He came out with blue. It was dark blue, but it's still blue. It's like them colors,
Yeah. Dude, man.
He did have a smile on his face too.
He did.
But I noticed key things in his entrance. First, it said Prince on the Titantron.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. He wasn't doing the bullet things yet.
Yeah.
But yet that was when I saw it, I'm like, maybe we're not getting the different Finn yet. Maybe we're going to get this Finn that we saw in NXT. He was just destroying everybody.
Yep.
Even on the mic, destroying everybody.
Yep.
All right, cool. Now, fast forward to tonight. Well, not tonight, but fast forward to Friday Night SmackDown. Yep. Called out the Tribal Chief. Tribal Chief came out. It's like, bro, I understand, but hold up. I was trying to work with you. I gave you opportunity, but hold on. What you got with John Cena, that's between you and him. You keep your motherfucking name out my mouth. Out my mouth. Keep your name out my mouth.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes. And when he threw that mic at him, he chucked it at him. He was like, man, fuck you. And he turned around. I was like, damn.
So disrespectful.
Right. I was like, come on, bro. You just could have just tossed it at him, but fuck you, bro. Turned around. Finn pushed him, but it was cool, though, because, he's like a cat. Because the Tribal Chief got cat-like reflexes. My man was smooth.
It was smooth.
Superhero landing type smooth. He was like, nah, hold on, what? And then Finn, he was like,
Guns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pelvis out, basically suck my D. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh snap! It is confirmed. We got the NXT Finn Balor back. The Prince. Not that Balor Club, Prince Balor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Tribal Chief looked at him. He's like, man, what the? Ain't nothing but a word, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's what's up.
Yep.
Came in there, doing the fisticuffs, then the Usos,
well,
of course.
Yeah, the Usos come in first.
Oh, yeah.
So the Usos actually came in first.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then they were handling Finn, and then Roman just kept walking up the ramp. Man. Lightweight, like my guys got him.
Yeah.
But then Finn started getting the upper hand, and he stopped on the ramp, and he sees what's going on, and Finn's whooping him, throws them both out the ring. Then he does the guns thing again to him, and he's like, "Oh hell no! Okay, this how it's gonna be. Fine, I'll do it myself." Went down there, back and forth with Finn. Finn was getting him a little bit, but then you had the Usos. They grabbed his leg, they stopped him from doing that shotgun drop kick, and then it was done. It was over with. Yep. He just got destroyed.
Did the Superman punch, pretty much a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Last pose that you see Uso, see Tribal Chief standing tall with the title. I'm like, there it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah. So with that, what do you think we're building towards here with Finn? Do you think it's gonna be we get a matchup with Roman before SummerSlam, or a matchup with Cena before SummerSlam? What are we building to?
That is a very good question, but I wouldn't want a Finn Balor and Tribal Chief match right before SummerSlam. No, I'm cool on that. Either we get, and I even want John Cena and Finn Balor before SummerSlam. I really don't. I'd rather have that after.
Yeah.
After basically Roman Reigns, John Cena do their thing, and then have Finn Balor face John Cena after SummerSlam. They have like a nice, rivalry, basically kicking mouths, sending back to Hollywood. All right, you're done. Finite. All right, put my focus back on the Tribal Chief. Then that's how we tell the story. I'd rather have that. That makes a lot of sense. That's how there's levels to that shit. And I want them to take those levels. Don't skip no levels, sir.
Yeah. Hopefully they do it the right way. Yeah, don't just sneak in Finn, have him get beaten that way. You just move past it, because then you squash Finn. You don't help him at all. And then, what's the point? What's the point of that? So, hopefully they take their time with it. I like that a lot. So, we'll see. It is – I want to be positive when it comes to Finn, but it is a little nerve-wracking. And the crowd didn't help either, because the crowd was chanting for Cena throughout this whole thing.
Yeah,
and that bothered me.
Fuck that guy.
Like, look, I'm happy to see Cena too. I think seeing Cena is fun.
But character-wise, what he did,
he did was shitty.
Opportunity. Even Paul Heyman talked about it again. He was like, "So if I was, part of the Tampa Bay Shuckamirs, wherever he said,
Tampa Bay Schmuckaneers,
right." And I'm Tom Brady. I'm kidding. No, and Tom Brady's getting ready to sign a $75 million contract. And I come in, knock him out.
Get no stick. Knock out Tom Brady. And I take the contract and I sign my name on it. Does that mean I get $75 million? No, because that would be stupid. That would be ridiculous. Just like this. Like, yes, Paul. When he said that, I was like, "Oh, that's perfect. Yes, that is perfect.
Yes,
that's a perfect way to put it." Because
I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that.
Someone's thinking about the logic of all this situation and saying, this is dumb. How the hell does John Cena just pick up a contract, sign it, and it has Finn's name on it, but they're like, nah, this is yours now. Really? I mean, I guess according to if Adam Pearce was the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then yes, Paul Heyman would have just gotten $75 million. So that's the moral of the story here. Adam Pearce, you fucking up. Sonya, come on now. You're better than this.
You part of that too.
Yeah. All right, man. So that'll do it for SmackDown. Let's get into some AEW. So AEW, which right now is, it's just the one beacon of hope right now on television, when it comes to televised wrestling, on network TV. Was an interesting show for sure this week. I mean, definitely, we'll get into the whole Cody and Malachi Black matchup here, what that means, and all that stuff. Because that, oh my god.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about power rankings for my favorite wrestler in AEW, because the rankings matter. So as far as power rankings go, so you did have Hangman Page, come out, and in the beginning he was, basically wanting to call out Kenny, and essentially he feels bad about what happened, about costing his boys in the Dark Order their opportunity, and losing his own as well. Mm-hmm. But he told Dark Order before this whole confrontation, he's like, I got to do this by myself. I think it's time we maybe take a break. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? What do you mean take a break? Like, what is this? What are we doing? So I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Not like, I actually thought it was terrible, but emotionally, I didn't like that. Like, they're family now. Like, no, don't do that, Adam. So he goes out there, tries to handle it by himself. Kenny and the entire elite, they're surrounding him like, Adam, this is stupid. Like, what's coming. Like, these dudes, the numbers game, you have no chance. And so, Kenny's in his face, you're a loser, and we have no room for losers in the elite. You trying to get back in here, that ain't happening, and I'm like, oh, what? Like, it was great. It was entertaining from Kenny. Adam's like, that is the last thing I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get back in the elite. But whatever. They get to fisticuffs, and then you had the Dark Order go out there.
I'm out there. Yeah.
But it was like there was some dissension between the Dark Order around what they should do.
It was still
Silver
Grayson and Evil
Uno that was like, no.
Yeah,
he has to do this on his own. He wants to do this on his own. We got to give him his space.
You got to respect that.
But everybody else was like, no, fuck that. He's getting jumped. Like, we got to get our boy. Like, no.
Yeah.
So it was good the way they did it. It wasn't like they turned on him or anything. It was more of a, like, part of the group wanted to just go out there and say, damn that, we got to have this back. But part of the group, too, was like, the man said he wanted to do this by himself. So let's let him handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's a part of me that's like, man, this is stupid. Like, he's getting his ass whooped. Like, fuck what he said. Like, go out there and help him. But you help him, and then he could turn around and be like, I told you guys I don't need your help. Like, he could do one of those. So let's just skip past that, because we've seen that a bunch of times too, and get to like, okay, let's try something different. He wants to deal with this by himself. Even though he's getting his ass whooped, maybe he just needs to try to figure this out on his own regardless. And then once he realizes, nah, fuck this, I need some help. Like, he'll come to us and ask for backup again. So, we'll see. But yeah, man, what were your thoughts on Adam? Oh, well, I was going to talk about the power rankings. I didn't forget that. But what are your thoughts on Adam here?
So everything from Adam Hangman Page is cool. I understand why they're, finessing his story. We get it. We heard. He's going to be a father, so can't nothing do but respect that. I get that. Yeah. But just the way they did his exit, I didn't feel any emotional. I didn't feel any type of emotion from it. I didn't feel like it got me to care about it. I don't know. It had to do something more. No, I'm not even knocking Adam Hangman Page. I want to say it's probably more on the elite, just how I couldn't take him that serious. Like, they're just being real over the top. Like Adam Heyman, not Adam, Kenny Omega, the elite, just being real over the top. Like, yeah, give me another BET trigger and another one and another one. It's like, I can't get into that, man. Like it on NXT, the way they did, with Isaiah Swerve, Legado del Fantasma, that had emotion to it.
Yeah,
this lacked, and I couldn't connect with it, and that's the reason why I couldn't get down with it. Like, this ain't really hitting for me, and it's not like I hate them as heels. I just don't care about them, because it's the way they're just being really over the top with their heel characters. Maybe that's what they're going for, but for me, I can't connect with it, man.
That's fair, man. I mean, I feel like it still connects with me because of the history that they have with Adam. Like, the fact that this has been going on for so long. He used to be in the elite, and then he had his problems, just we didn't know what was going on in his head, but, he kind of betrayed the Young Bucks and cost them the titles. And then it was like revenge last week when the Young Bucks cost him this opportunity to go against
crazy. When they was telling that in the beginning, I felt the emotion. When Kenny Omega, when they was tag team partners and they was going against the Young Bucks, I felt the emotion. Still to this day, it's one of my favorite matches, man. And even when, Adam Heyman Page, he cost the Young Bucks the tag team championships, I felt the emotion from that, holding their legs. But this is just the way the characters are now. Is I don't know. You say it connects. It's just too over the top for me now, man.
Yeah, and I do respect that because I do feel that it is over the top, but I guess I just haven't lost that connection because I've kind of accepted that that's the kind of heels that they are. Like with the Space Jam thing, like that's super over the top, man. Like you're heels, but then you're doing the whole Elite Squad, Toon Squad with the basketballs and all that kind of stuff. And they kind of kept that going to Carl Anderson spinning the basketball on his finger, in the back.
Like, which pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. It was like, all right, that's good. So, right. Like, he's still keeping going. He's walking in the ring. He's still going. I'm like, all right, cool. But, I kind of just accept that is the type of heels that they are. And they're just still funny and or trying to be funny and goofy in a way, and they're not like the badass heel characters. That's not who they are. They're we're so good we don't have to take anything seriously. Like we don't take you seriously, we don't take all this seriously, but we're that damn good that we know we can still beat you anyway, regardless. And it's kind of annoying, to where you just you want to see them lose because it's like fuck that. Like you see. If someone's cocky as hell with you all the time and then they're just beating you, it's going to piss you off. Like eventually you just want to see them get their comeuppance. You want to see this cocky asshole fall off their perch and just get beat. When they're cocky like that, if you humble, whatever, okay, cool. Like you can keep winning. But if you're rubbing it in people's faces, look at how great we are. Look at these fuzzy little things that we wear. Look at our Jordans. Look at this. We're great. It's like, fuck you. Like, come on, man. Like just, we want to see you lose. So I get it though, that it won't hit with everybody, and for you, you're kind of like, you checked out on it.
Them. I want to have that reaction, like you just said, like what you just, they got talking about their Jordans, they always win on time.
Yeah.
In the end, I just don't care about that. I don't care about them right now.
I guess it's like, just in life, like I feel like I've come across like a lot of truly cocky people that will just rub your nose in, and I never really got along with people like that. Yeah. And so for me, maybe that's why that I'm just thinking about this now. Like I'm not thinking about this Wednesday. I wasn't thinking about all of this, but now that I'm breaking this down with you, I'm like, maybe that's what it is that for me, I kind of equate it to, like cocky people, like in high school, I played football, but I wasn't like the top, guy on the team or whatever. I was just one of the guys, one of the players, but then you had like the top people on the team and they were like, we're the shit, blah, 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 and this and that, and walking around. And I'm just like, man, like, okay, but who cares? Like, who cares about all that? Yeah. So, and then just later on in life too, you just run, different levels, stages of your life, you see that pattern. And I go away from people like that, so it's just, I think I kind of see it similar to this, where it's like, hey, they're just trying to be like those guys who are just super cocky. We're good and we know it, and we're gonna rub it in your face and blah blah blah. And like, for me, it works. For me, it's like, I still like them because it's like, it's the Young Bucks. It's like they're cool. Like when they were faces, they weren't like that. But I know that they're putting on this act because they really want to like live into. Fuck it. We're tired of like trying to be the good guys, and we're gonna be the heels. We're gonna be the bad guys, and we're gonna really rub it in people's faces. How shitty human beings we're gonna be now. And that's it. So, and for Adam, it's like, damn, it's gonna be awesome to see him put these dudes in their places. They keep talking shit. They keep putting them down to see him finally be the one on top. Like, yeah, you guys were talking shit, my drinking and everything, trying to make me feel like I was an alcoholic and, like I was nothing, like all this. And finally rub it in their faces like, yeah, I got the gold now. Yeah, with Kenny just being able to say, yeah, you tried to, drop me when we were in the tag team, you know, and you were the one leaving me and all this. Like, okay, cool. Now look at me now. Look at you now. Now what's up? You know, like that's what I want for Adam. But we'll see, because that might not even happen. We might get CM Punk or Daniel Bryan going against Kenny, you know, instead.
Christian Cage. Yay.
I mean, so let's just jump to that. Let's just transition to that.
You're talking about the rankings, right? So yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So the rankings, this is why I brought up the rankings. The rankings I'm bringing up are my power rankings for my favorite wrestler. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because last time I said that Adam Page had become my favorite wrestler as far as my power rankings go, and it's a fluid thing. Week in, week out, I'm gonna see, you know, and like it'll change based off what I see every week. Yeah. This week there was a shift in the power rankings, and it went from Adam Page being 1 to him dropping down to 2. Okay. And up back at 1, returning to number 1 for me in my power rankings was God's favorite wrestler, Miro. Yes. Yes. Miro is back. He is back at number 1. The man is awesome. The match with Lee Johnson, awesome. Yes. Like I just love Miro coming out, just being a beast. Like the music, the entrance, like I just needed to see him again and just feel that intensity. And he just feels like the champion. Like Miro literally feels like the champion. Yes. The champion. Sorry, Kenny. It's Miro. Miro feels like
that's probably what hurts too, man. I don't feel like, you know, Kenny's the champion.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't disagree with that at all. I feel the same way when it comes to the two of them. I see Miro as the champion, the way he carries himself, how dominant he is, and look, at the end of that matchup, just the way that he was with Lee. Like he had submitted this dude, then he got up and then he kind of caressed him and he let him know, he's like, you know, it's okay. I forgive you. And he's hugging him and he's like petting his head. And friggin' Dustin was like, he couldn't even be mad. It's not like this guy is like doing a beat down. Like he's literally saying, good job, kid. You know, and Dustin looked like he wanted to get in there. Like, no, what's he doing? But he's hugging him. He's literally hugging him. Like, you can't be mad at that, Dustin. Oh, man. So yeah, man, Miro just I cannot wait until
he goes up to the belt. You just
dude,
he looks all emotional. He's like, thank you
for this title and for my double jointed wife. Thank you. Yes. There was a person too that had a sign in the background of the match, and I was reading it, and he was like, "Please God, don't let your favorite wrestler kill Lee Johnson. We like him." Also, P.S. Thank you, God, for giving Miro a double-jointed wife. Like,
oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I saw that sign; they had it draped over. I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool. That's cool." So yeah, man, it was a great matchup. And seeing Miro, I just needed to see him again and just bask in that aura of Miro, God's favorite wrestler.
Yes. I enjoyed the match. Was good. I love the no selling in the beginning from Miro. Yeah. Like
the chops.
The chops.
Yeah. He's just like, come on.
Do it again. Do it again. Give him the kicks, not sell him. Like, so yeah. Telling him Big Shot to step it up, you know. Then when he stepped it up, I'm like, okay, now we're at that second gear, that third gear. But in the first gear, he was like, man,
right.
Fuck is you doing, bro?
Nah, man. Dude, yes. Oh man, so that was cool. That was awesome. All right, yeah. Let's get into a little bit of Christian Cage. So Christian Cage, the new number one contender. He beats the Blade. He's the number one contender. Yep. Yeah, I'm terrified that he's gonna. I almost forgot that this happened. By the way, until you brought it up.
I fast forward this match. By the way,
dude. Hey, man. It's
real. I was like, I didn't fast forward like all the way. I gave it time. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Fast forward.
Checking out, dude, man.
Christian Cage was never for me, bro. Never. TNA couldn't get into it. Even his solo run, he doing Christian. He's
Christian
not for me. Yes.
At last, you're on your own. Dude, I I got down with that because I love that entrance song. And then he had the sparks coming down, and it was great. Like he's an entertaining wrestler. He is, at least, and in his younger days, I feel like even more so than now. The thing is, I just don't buy him as like outwork everyone and being this top guy. Like there's something about it, I just don't buy it, and especially when your former tag team partner is Edge. And you see him, and it's like Edge feels like that dude.
Killing it.
Yeah. And then here you are, and it's like
feel like another guy.
Yeah, like the not as good version of Edge. You talking about Edge Light. Like
that's right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, man, but that's Christian. That's Christian.
Right. Edge Light. It's Edge Light. I see what Devin you got. They couldn't be whatever the lockdown.
Dude.
they got Christian Edge Light. I get it.
Right.
You know? But
so yeah, man, I'm with you. I mean,
for me.
The matchup, it was what it was, but for Christian to be number one contender, like I feel like I'm okay with it if it's not at All Out. Like do that at Rampage or do that at another Wednesday night show, but All Out.
Hope so.
I don't know. I don't know about all that. So we'll see.
Less than a month away. We don't know.
We're inching closer. We're getting there. We're getting there. So,
but they give us AEW World Championship on TV because Rampage is really made for the TNT now.
I feel like we're gonna get it. I feel like it'll be a TV match.
Yeah,
I feel like it'll be a TV match. Yeah, no.
Match, you think?
No. I think TV. I don't think it'll be pay per view. I don't think it'll be pay per view. Yeah, Christian Cage for the championship.
No.
Maybe and All Out to me is like their biggest show right now.
WrestleMania.
So it's their WrestleMania essentially, So you can't.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like a WrestleMania type matchup. And there's no story there. They have no history. At least, I shouldn't say they have no history, but there's nothing that they're building right now for them as far as a storyline to get excited about. It's just Christian's number one contender. Kenny Omega is the champion. That's it. And I'm already not that invested in Christian as a character.
Maybe they'll start to tell the story.
They better hurry up if they're going to do it.
Tell to start the story so they can sell this on their pay-per-view.
Dude, man. Seriously, it better not be like a last minute thing. 2 weeks before they make it official. Bro, really? It won't. You know what? At that point, then it can't be the main event. Don't close the show with that then. You got to use something else. And I don't know what else they're going to do. But I'm just saying, the way that this is right now, if they don't build up a more interesting story for it, then I don't think this is main event. Give Miro a main event, versus this. I would take it,
I like that. I'll take that.
We'll see.
I'm with yeah.
So what else was big on this show? Let's see. The Labors of Jericho. We had Chris Jericho versus Juventud Guerrera.
Yeah.
The return of Juventud Guerrera to TNT and the I guess rekindling of an old rivalry. It was a fun matchup overall, man. Seeing Jericho in there with Juvi was throwback for sure for me from the old WCW days.
Not cruiserweights anymore, I'll tell you that.
No, they are not. They are not cruiserweights. Especially Jericho, man. Dude is just, it's totally different. But he did his thing out there. The walls of Jericho from the top, that was kind of interesting. I guess they were going to allow that to be the finisher.
Yeah, MJF was like, will they allow that? That's not fair.
Right. I don't know. Top rope finishers, as far as top rope finishers go, I've never thought of a walls of Jericho from the top, whatever. But the Judas effect from the top was cool. I actually really liked that.
I like that.
That was sick.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Just the way, and then when Juvie sold it too, I was like, cool. It was nice touch right there.
Yep. So I like that. Wardlow came out, when they see, MJF announced it. That's going to be the next labor. Yeah, so Wardlow versus Jericho. We're going to get that matchup. That should be cool. I mean, Jericho's going to win. We have no doubt about that. I feel like as far as excitement goes, that might be the least exciting of the labors so far. Not because of anything wrong with Wardlow, but you've had some like, I don't know, the return of Hoovy and then the Gage matchup. Like there was some. Oh my god!
Well, the first one was Shawn Spears.
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn, it's so bad. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that even happened. Never mind. Shawn Spears. Yeah, you at the bottom of the rod. So it is. All right, cool. Yeah, I forgot. I was like, who was the first one? I was gonna ask you. So Shawn Spears. Yeah, no, you ain't. That's the worst one. That's the worst one. But still, it feels like, all right, this last one had better be something where we're like, oh shit. And the more I think about it, because I know some rumors where he goes against a member of the Inner Circle. How do you make that make sense? Like, because if it's Sammy Guevara, let's say, why would Sammy fight him? Why? I understand why Jericho may want to fight him, as far as, well, I got to do this in order to get the match. But Sammy could just be like, no, I'm not doing this just because, like, fuck him. Like, no,
like, I'm not right.
Right. So why?
Unless it's a certain stipulation, but still, he was still have to, like, basically accept the match.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to accept the fact that, okay, you want to fight me? Cool. I'll fight you, and then take it seriously and really make it competitive. Like, no. And like you said, unless there's a stipulation for Sammy where somehow if MJF could rig it to where, Sammy, if you lose, then something happens to you. If you lose, you're fired or some shit like that. Like, you can never have a shot at the TNT Championship. I don't know. Just some crazy shit like that to really put pressure on Sammy. But otherwise, I don't know. I feel like it can't be the Inner Circle. So maybe they bring in, somebody from New Japan, let's say, an old rivalry that he kind of had going on in New Japan. That'd be kind of cool. You mentioned Naito. Like, what if they bring him? That could be really cool. So hopefully something like that versus the Inner Circle. That's what I'd like to see. Yeah. All right. I feel like I've kind of held off from this one long enough. Let's talk about this, man.
Well, hold on. Before we skip, the women's match was actually pretty good. Legit. Layla Hirsch versus the Bunny.
So, yes, that matchup, Layla Hirsch, I'm a fan of Layla Hirsch's. I think that she did a great job. And, okay, cool. It was great that we had a women's matchup on AEW. So that's awesome, on Dynamite. So we'll highlight that. I'm going to say, more than one match, please. Let's get 2 matches on here.
To this day.
Yeah. But Layla Hirsch, man, she did her thing. The Bunny, I don't know. I feel like I'm just not invested in the Bunny's character. Like, I don't care when it comes to the Bunny. But I feel like they have better female wrestlers to put on the show. And so when they put her on there, it's like, it's cool. Like, you're with the Butcher and the Blade, and you're with the Matt Hardy family, and I guess you're the female member of the Matt Hardy family now. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But as far as ability goes, like, you just have better wrestlers that I feel like just could put on a better match with Layla Hirsch. And, Bunny's character, like, I just don't think they've gone anywhere with her character since she entered AEW. Like, she's just been the same person. So I just they did
that, that split up from Bunny and the Blade, and she was with QT Marshall
for a minute, yeah.
And then she broke back off, got back with the Bunny and the Blade, now part of the Heart what was it? Not the Heart, but the Hardy family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. I would love to see some type of character development for her. And then that could help me get more invested in her matches. Mm-hmm. It's not that she's a bad wrestler or anything like that. It's just her character is stale. That's all it is.
I get that, man, because she actually held her own against Layla Hirsch. I'm like, this is actually a decent match. Like, but I get it character-wise. Like, moving forward, she just feels stagnant.
Right. And for Layla Hirsch, she's going to NWA to challenge for the NWA championship. So, yeah.
Against Camille.
Dude, that was hilarious. Them standing across from each other, right in front of each other. I'm like, no, this is going to be, I got to tune into this. I got to see this match.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be crazy. Like, she just towers over her.
She got at least 2 feet. At least 2 feet on her, bro.
It's like 2 Layla Hirsches. It's literally like Layla Hirsch could stand on top of Layla Hirsch, and she still might not be as big as Camille.
Man, I'm
And
like,
Camille looked like a superstar.
did.
She walked to the ring, and I was like, "Wow, okay." Like seeing her there, just walking in the ring and getting in there, built, looking at Layla Hirsch, like, "Bitch, what?"
Yes, built. Like,
right? Yeah,
I could flick you.
yeah. Like, you better stop playing. Trying to get a match with me. You better stop. So yeah, man, that one I want to tune in to see that on NWA, man, and see that matchup. That is going to be cool.
I think it's going to be on their women's pay-per-view. That the one who is Mickey James, because she's the one that's overseeing it. So she's the one that's putting it together. So I'm gonna definitely check that out. Yeah. So
so they're actually doing a women's Revolution pay-per-view like WWE did.
Right. It's going to call NWA Empowerment, I believe.
Nice.
That's what it's called. Yep. So it's all women's NWA, and I think Deonna Purrazzo is supposed to be in there, included, going against. I forgot her name, but once it comes to me, I'll speak on it. But yeah, they got various women's, mostly from NWA, a little bit Impact. In AEW, man, so that should be fun.
WWE, you fucking up. Like that pay-per-view, the all women's pay-per-view was awesome. And I don't understand why you haven't brought that back. That doesn't make any sense. Now NWA is doing it. Like, you got companies like Stardom, who's doing their thing. Like, like just bring it back. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not that hard. Like, you got some pay-per-view sometimes I look at them like, why are we still going to I get why we're going to Saudi Arabia for that money, but from a wrestling standpoint,
money.
Like, come on. Like, just do one of those and then give us the Women's Revolution pay-per-view back. Man. That's all I'm gonna say. But last but not least, let's talk about Malachi.
Melina, that's who. I knew it pop up.
Melina, there you go.
Deonna Purrazzo against Melina.
Awesome. Oh, and I guess one more thing too before Malachi. Kingston, Moxley, and Darby Allin, 6-man tag against Everrise. That I saw Everrise and I was like, wait, what? Is that Everrise?
That's them. I'm like, I see their hands up. That's them. Telling Danny Garcia to put your hands up. Put them up. He was like, no.
Hilarious.
I'm not doing that.
Hilarious, man. So good for them being in AEW. I'm happy for them, man. Also, too, do you think we're going to get the Lucha Brothers with oh my God, why am I blanking? Andrade, yes. Do you think they're gonna? Because I'm thinking they're gonna join Andrade. I'm thinking this is happening. That Pac's screwed.
Nah,
he's screwed. Like they're gonna turn on him, and they're gonna make this like the ultimate like Latino faction.
He's the odd man out. When they speak the language, you like, I don't know what they're saying.
Right? Like, what are they saying? What's happening? Somebody translates.
It's like Morse code.
We talking shit, setting you up, and you don't even know. Looking around like, guys, tell me what happened. What did he say to you? What did he say? Yeah, I think he's fucked, man. I think they're gonna turn on him. Like they're gonna be like the NWO. Well, not LWO. Like we had that one time in WCW.
We did.
But something, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. I want to see that happen. I actually want to see that happen now. Yes. Yeah, with the black mask, and then you got the Lucha Brothers. Just gangsters hell too. Oh shit! No, this is gonna happen. Yeah, Pac's fucked. All right, you the man, Pac, but nah, you. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
it's a wrap. All right. Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. Good versus evil. Light versus dark.
Light versus dark.
Malachi comes out. Badass entrance.
Yes.
He's got the smoke. He's in, sitting on the entrance ramp, legs crossed. He's got the antler thing on his head with the skull mask.
Yes.
Awesome. Killer. Just awesome. They turn out the lights, turn back on the lights. He's at the ramp. He's on the post. Turn out the lights, turn on the lights. He's in the ring again, legs crossed. Fans loving it. Holy shit, this is awesome. Holy shit. Great. Cody Rhodes comes out looking like Homelander. Just, yeah, I'm Cody. Love me. Love me. Love me, guys. He's getting peppered with booze, cheers and booze. You get the John Cena treatment.
Yep.
You know, like a little bit of both going on. Cool. Match, bell rings. Match happens. You got Malachi basically went in, dominating the match. Cody, you know, trying to, you know, return, but it's essentially what we saw.
Brody Lee.
Yes, it was basically Brody Lee. But, you know, Cody was trying to fight maybe a little bit more.
Just a little
Cody
bit. Maybe 2% more off.
Right.
Brody
2%. Malachi, you know, is posing to the crowd like, I told you it was gonna happen. You know, and you know, Cody, though, he's trying to fight and he's working on his legs. Cody is having trouble standing, having trouble walking.
Yeah.
Ending comes, which, by the way, we're 5 minutes into this matchup.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, fade to black. I'm like, oh wow.
Well, remember before that, he's Cody's at the ring post on the top of the ring. Look like he's getting ready to do off the top maneuver.
Yeah.
But
the
Malachi Black comes over, hit him with a knee.
Yeah.
You know, Cody jumps off. It's like, oh, where's the table? Okay, cool. Now I can jump.
Oh yeah, he went through the table. That's right. That's right. And then he barely answered the 10 count, right? He came
in at 9.
So he got in the ring, and then he's trying to stand up on his own power, and you know he's struggling, turns into, you know, fade to black mass. Okay, cool.
Is that the finisher? Is that the finisher name, or is it called something else?
Well, it's just fade to. I remember it as fade to black. I'm just calling it what.
Okay, I'm just saying. I know they can't use the same finisher name,
right? Until he names it, I'm just gonna call it fade to black, so you know people know. You know, fade to black mass. So hits it, and I'm thinking, wow, that was quick. Let's see, you know, he's walking over. He kind of wasn't. He kind of took his time, looking at the crowd, put his foot on his chest.
Foot on the chest.
And I'm saying, okay, all right, let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Put him over. Thank God. Yeah, because the whole time too, we're all thinking like, oh my God, if Cody Rhodes beats this man, like we about to riot.
Nervous.
But Malachi, it was a squash, man. Yep. Like this was just a one-sided beat down, foot on the chest. So before we get into the aftermath, what did you think of Malachi squashing Cody?
I loved it. I was shocked, and it was just pure domination, even throughout the whole story of Malachi Black getting introduced and then, you know, taking out Arn Anderson and then taking out Cody Rhodes. And then it was funny, I think the week before, they cut back to Cody Rhodes over there with Tony Khan on the microphone, Gorilla backstage. As soon as he get ready to talk, Black Mass, wow. Foot to face. I was like, oh, shit. Didn't even get a sentence in. I'm like, okay. And that's what got me nervous because Malachi just been booked super strong against Cody. I'm like, shit. Yeah. Maybe is this how they're going to end it? Will Cody go over? Because he's just been booked. Because Malachi Black has just been booked so super strong. But in the end, 5-minute match, Black Mass, didn't even give him a respectful pin. Give him a disrespectful pin. Stood up, foot on your chest, ref count now. Wow. 1, 2, 3, raise my hand. I'm the winner. I'm out.
Done. Finite.
Yes.
Now, from here, why don't you tell the people what came next?
So, Cody got to be Cody. he puts on the waterworks. You know, he played to the crowd.
I love that meme with the Ric Flair.
Yes,
you know?
you seen it.
The retirement. You know?
After one match with Malachi Black, he's ready to retire, bro. So he's thanking the fans. He's thanking, this journey for 3 years. I know I said this is the alternative. No, fuck that. It's competition. I'm like, okay. All right, now you're throwing your name in the hat. Cool. That's cool. And all of a sudden, he's taking his boots off. He takes one boot off. It goes like this. He puts it on the ground. You got the commentary breaking it down. Like usually, this is a tail sign of when the wrestlers calling the quits. I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Really?
So he got
Okay.
one boot off so far. All right. He's getting ready to take off the second one. As soon as you get ready to take off the second one, Malachi was like, use the crutch to your back.
Yep.
Good night, everyone. Have a good night.
Yep. This ain't your moment. It's my moment.
Right.
Get your ass back down.
Right. This ain't about you. Trying to make it about you again.
Yeah.
Pull that Cody shit.
Same Cody shit.
Right.
Man. Dude. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did you, at any point during Cody's speech, did you think he's actually going to retire?
No, I didn't. I didn't, because I felt like he was just giving us the same shtick. This promo, he plays into the crowd.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just another way of continuing the story between Malachi Black and Cody. I think it's not done yet. It's not done. Cody's not going to let that slide.
Yeah. For me, so, listening to him talk and doing the Cody thing, Tony Schiavone goes out there, he's like, he wanted to talk to Cody after what had just happened. And, Cody's talking to Tony, just like a regular dude. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, what is about to happen here? Like, you just lost. Like, cut, roll the credits, let's go.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? And, Cody starts, getting into like this big, long, drawn out thing. And I'm like, all right, this is weird. Like, why are we spending all this time with you? And then he starts talking about AEW in these 3 years. And I'm saying, wait a minute, this man trying to retire? Like, what the hell is going on? And I'll admit, like, for a brief moment, I'm thinking this is so bizarre that maybe it's true. Yeah. It just felt off that they would spend this much time after Malachi just beat him if we're going to just continue this. But again, he is going away. Like, we know he's going to do the big show.
Right. The big show.
Yeah. And then there's the reality show they got going on. So stuff
and
happens.
then his newborn too.
Right. Yeah. Right. So there's stuff going on, but it just felt a little bit like, this is so bizarre. Maybe it's true. Like, maybe it's actually happening, right? But then as he keeps talking and keeps going through it all, I'm just like, you know what? Nah, like, this dude, it would be him to try to use retirement to try to get people to invest in his character again, because people are booing him.
They were.
Right? Like, people are not into your character anymore. So what way to kind of maybe build intrigue than to say, oh, maybe Cody's done. Maybe he's not going to be wrestling anymore. And so we can start chanting for Cody again, because they were not ready to chant for Cody until he started talking about retirement. Mm-hmm. Like, as soon as he started talking, it was like, oh, nah, shut up. Like, no, you lost. But then he starts talking about retirement. And it's kind of like, oh, wait, what? Like, is he leaving? Oh, shit. No. But then Malachi comes out, and I'm like, there ain't no damn way this man is retiring. The way that this just happened, there is hell no. Like, that is bullshit.
We're not done.
This story's going to continue on, and then it really became like Brody Lee, because it was the same thing. Like, he lost to Brody Lee, he got squashed, went away for a while, did his the TV show, all that stuff, came back, beat Brody Lee. I feel like we're about to see that same thing happen, honestly. Same formula, verbatim. I hope that what happens is, regardless of the outcome of that match, Cody turns heel. Whether he beats him or not, he needs to turn heel.
EVP
period.
Cody.
Yeah.
We need EVP Cody. I need it here. I need it. That is decided.
Right. Because that, like, you're not going to come back and people are just going to be like, oh, yeah, this is great. It's going to be like, no, you asshole. Like, you tried to make us care and cry for your retirement. And then here you are. And all you're
Ric
doing.
Flair, my guy. What the fuck is you doing, bro?
Seriously. Oh, man, that meme was great with the Ric Flair, with the Shawn Michaels. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Like, you just had one match with Malachi, and
he ready to hang it all up.
He's like, I'm done. I'm done, guys.
It wasn't like a 20-minute barn burner. It was a 5-minute squash match. And my man was like, come on, Doug. Listen to the crowd. I'm like, bro.
Time to go.
You too much, Cody. You are too much, man. You a drama queen, bro.
Yes. Yes. Turn heel, get it over with. So
yes.
Yeah, man. I just, it is what it is. I'm happy Malachi won the matchup, and now we can, start to get away from Cody a little bit because he's going to take this break. So I think good things on the way as far as having other people spotlighted. He even mentioned that too. Like, I've been on everything. I've done all this. I'm on all the billboards. My face is everywhere. We gave it our best shot, and I'm like, yeah, you're on everything. You're right. Like, I'm glad you are aware of this. Like, at least there's some kind of awareness with it. Now, just turn heel. But yeah, overall, solid episode of AEW. Yep. Did enjoy it. And yeah, Malachi, yes, awesome. More of him. Yes. But yes, power rankings wise, number 1, Miro, God's favorite wrestler. Let's go. And sign Lana immediately because we need to add her to this whole thing just to complete it. Yes.
He always talks about her. I need to see it now.
Yeah, now. Yeah, she's going to be, oh man, just the whole flexibility thing. I am curious where they're going to go with that when she shows up. Seriously.
Oh man, phenomenal promos. Yes.
Yeah. So now let's get into the Streets is Talking segment and answer some of these questions.
Okay.
Thank you, listeners, for submitting questions. We will be answering them right now during Streets is Talking. So, Devin, kick us off. What we got?
Yes. First, I'm just going to, shout out to the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Asked us about for TakeOver 36, who you got for NXT TakeOver, Walter or Dragunov. Unfortunately, we cannot answer that right now, but we do thank you for the question.
The reason why we're saying this is because we do typically do a prediction show where we do break it down and say, this is our official picks. So to do it now, it's a little bit early for us to do the predictions, but I will say this, that I am loving the fact, one, that this is going to be at NXT TakeOver 36. Mm-hmm. Give it the spotlight that match deserves, because it was definitely a match of the year candidate.
Oh my God.
It's up there, man, with one of the best matches, period.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it. That is our highly recommendation right now. Just go see it.
Yes. They did a video package for it on NXT, which got me hyped. I was already hyped. Yes. And to see it and see like the press conference and them talking and Walter just letting him know, I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait!"
Like, bro, fuck what you talking about? You ain't on my level, period, bro.
Dude, this match, I am excited to see Joe, go against Karrion Kross because I want to see Joe back. But this match right here is the match. This is the match. This is the people's main event. This is my main event.
There you go.
This is the match
Clark
I'm most hyped
main event. There you go.
Thank you. Clark Street Wrestling main event for sure. So yeah, we'll give you our predictions on that. We're just gonna have to hold off, but just hype. The hype is real.
All right, next question then. This is from the Half K podcast. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate it.
Yes.
With Queen of the Ring rumors, if WWE decide to introduce a new mid-tier women's championship, what would you name it, and what belt design would you like? Cheers, dudes. Yeah.
Queen. Okay, so basically, just mid-card women's championship. What would we call it? Mm-hmm. Man, that is a good question. Wow. I'm not sure what you would call it. I mean, I guess there's a couple things in there. One is just Queen of the Ring. It would be interesting to even just kind of have that be the name of the championship.
I actually like that. That hits home.
Yeah, just calling it Queen of the Ring, and oh my God, like that just has Charlotte written all over it. Just saying that, like she's gonna kill somebody if she doesn't win that championship. That's all I'm gonna say. Queen of the Ring, and I'm not the first one. What?
I gotta be the crack. I gotta get a crack at that.
Oh man,
I gotta get a crack at that,
dude. Seriously, she gets the crown. Hail to the queen! Like,
how would you design it? Would you have like a throne maybe like a queen is sitting on the
Yeah,
throne,
you know
holding like a
what?
scepter or something like that as the design or something like that.
Yeah, I like the idea of actually having some kind of championship. I feel like you got to do the whole thing. Like you got to have a trophy,
Hmm.
you got to have the crown, like you said, throne, scepter.
Yeah.
I would love to see, but like an actual championship though for it. Like have an actual belt that champion can wear to the ring. That'd be something. Because with King of the Ring, typically that's what they'll do the crown and the scepter, but not like a championship. So really make it like, hey, you. This is something that is a little bit different from King of the Ring, where before it was like, okay, it's just this tournament that we'll do once a year. But now with Queen of the Ring, not only is it this once a year tournament, but it's something that like that person, whoever is Queen of the Ring, they've got to defend in this tournament that we're gonna do,
Yes.
and they get to carry that championship throughout the year. But then that tournament comes around, and hey, it's like, all right, now it's defense time. Like now you're defending that crown. So I think that would be cool to kind of like make it a thing that the previous queen comes back into the tournament, defends the crown. Let's see if you can hold on to it. So
I would like to add, when they introduce the mid tier and then they have champions, I want them to have like, how New Japan they keep their previous champions it's still part of the title.
Yeah.
I would like to see some version of that for the women's mid tier. Like if Charlotte was your first, but you got another champion, like you still know that Charlotte was the first Queen of the Ring champion because you still have her plate on there as part of the belt, and it's just slowly adding more plates of the former champions who used to hold the title.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, also too, like. I love that. I mean, you've got it there with you, I'm sure. But the World Championship, the old WCW Championship, and just all that
right
gold.
If I just move,
I was gonna say, just go ahead and bring it.
Side, you can see it right there in the corner.
Oh, there we go.
Right there.
So like having something like that, where it's just like a traditional championship too, and then just the gold and like none of this like big W or something like that. Like literally like make it something just beautiful, like and the designs and the names of the champions and all that, like kind of incorporate that into the design somehow.
I like that.
I think that'd be real cool. So yeah, that's one of those questions where I feel like I want time to kind of do some research and see like some designs and like actually create something. Like my brother loves doing that too, like looking into like designs and we get to thinking like, oh man, this would be cool to create. So I'm gonna hit him up and say, let's come up with a design for the Queen of the Ring Championship for WWE. So that's awesome.
Hell yeah, I'd like to see some of those designs too. Hell yeah, man, good question to have, Craig. Appreciate that. All right, next one from the Sweet Chin Wag podcast. Shout outs to them, by the way.
Yeah.
What is your favorite IC title design? This is from Dan, by the way, from the Sweet Chin Wag podcast.
I know a lot of people aren't really I don't know how people feel about this right now, but the white strap, the white belt with the white straps on the Intercontinental Championship, previous to this current one, is I think my favorite. Like I think of Shawn Michaels when I think of the white strap, and then they brought it back in WWE.
Cody introduced it. Cody Rhodes introduced it.
He brought it back.
The white strap. Yeah.
Like that to me, I feel like is my favorite.
Yeah. I like the black strap with the gold with the original design. I think of Razor Ramon when he had it, Stone Cold, The Rock when they was both fighting for it. So that has a old school feel to me. So that's the one I think about. The new design is not that bad, but it seemed like it's a lot going on in that design. Like a lot.
Yeah.
This one is just simple.
When it first debuted, and I think Shinsuke was the first person to, because Sami Zayn brought it in and gave it to Shinsuke as a new design. And I remember being like, man, this is really cool, because it felt like they, it was very different from, most of the WWE championships, and that they just got that basic W, right?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
but it felt like, okay, yeah, I like this. Like I liked the way it looked, and I still do. And it's the person that makes the championship, not the other way around. But as far as designs go, I'm looking at pictures right now, and I was like, let me see the white strap with the old school. Like it's got let's see, it's a little bit different than what they did when like the Miz had it and when Cody had it. I'm looking at it now. It's basically, if you look up White Intercontinental Championship HBK, like seeing him with it, I'm like, oh man, that thing is freaking cool. Like,
I'm about to look that up now.
Yeah, bro. Like this one is legit.
HBK images.
Yeah, classic.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like got the globe in the middle, and it's got like the like rectangular golden shield. Like that one right there is the one I'm talking about. Like this championship right here is dope. Like I feel like I'm mad I don't actually own this. I need to go ahead and buy this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that thing, they need to bring this back. This exact design, just bring it back. Like what the hell is going on? Man.
Yeah, because the white strap makes it pop. The white makes the gold pop.
Yeah,
I still like the black though.
No, it's cool. It's. I mean, we're basically talking about the same one, just with strap.
We are. Yeah,
but I like just the white because there was no other championship that had that white on it, so it made it kind of stand out and be a little bit different. So I'll go with the white. You go with the black. It's they're both dope.
All right, it's decided. All right, next one is David Joseph from Wrestling with Things. We had a guest on their show. So shout out to them. So as of now, what do you see almost ceiling being on the card?
His ceiling, I mean, it's funny. So just in general, sky's the limit. He can do it all. He could be heavyweight champion. He could be, Universal champion, WWE champion, no problem. But this is Vince McMahon we're talking about. This is Vince McMahon's booking. And so I feel like a step below Braun is what I'm feeling like we're going to see from Omos. I don't think we'll see Omos as WWE or Universal Champion as of right now, because I just don't trust Vince to not see him as more than just a like an event, as like a I don't want to say sideshow, but like
special attraction.
Thank you. Like I feel like that's how Vince is going to use him. That's how he's going to see him, is like, this is that guy that, yeah, it's cool because, oh my God, how tall he is and how dominant he can throw people around. But when he gets into serious matches, like I don't see him, taking him seriously and saying, especially like, with some of the selling and everything like that, he'll work on it. And he's getting to it. Yeah. But I fear that he's going to get put in this category of guys that they're just used as a special attraction and not really given like full stories to dig into and tell, with the likes of a Roman Reigns or the likes of Bobby Lashley or Big E or, people like that. Like I have a fear. If I'm booking it, I'm going to give him that shot because I feel like he does have that aura, but I would have given Braun that too. And it took, Roman to say, I'm not going to WrestleMania for him to finally get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that for me, I think Braun is better than Omos. So why would Omos be more likely to be champion than Braun was? Like, I don't see that. So that's my logic there. You got Great Khali, who he did give the championship to. So if you want to say, well, Vince has done it before, yeah, he did it for Khali, but also think the market, getting into that, like, that's probably why he did it. Exactly. Money talks. So unless Vince is saying, you know what, I want to get into this Nigerian market, which, hey, man, like, there is money there. If you want to do a show out in Niger, like, there's money there. But I don't think they're seeing it that way, because look at how they're booking Apollo. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, that is a fact right there. For me, I think it's just too early for me to call it right now because he's not fully fleshed out. Like to your point, you just said he's still trying to figure out on selling. We were just talking about a few weeks ago of him doing a salsa selling. I'm like, that shit stuck out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If he was a fully developed character, if he had all the tools though, so let me play it like that. If he had all the tools, just the way he books big guys, I don't trust him. I don't. If this was like, Big Show back in the day or Mark Henry, then yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, sky's the limit, bro. World title, WWE title, doesn't matter. But just the way he booked big guys and the way he just want to give them this special attraction. Oh, I want you to lift an ambulance. I want you to show off your power.
Right.
Fuck all the story, just show off your power and do all of that. See, that's makes me think that he has a special wheelhouse for him. So. For his ceiling, I think it's just to that level right now. Yeah.
Special attraction, probably. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
It is decided. All right. So, Eleanor. Shout out to Eleanor. She got actually a YouTube as well. I think she's from England. Just a lot of reviews. So, and she's training to be a wrestler, by the way, too.
Oh, wow. Yes, hey, good luck, Eleanor.
Yes. Shout out. Good luck on that journey. All right. She said, who should be the one to dethrone Bobby Lashley?
Oh, man. This one's easy for me. It's Big E. It's Big E. Yes. It should be. But now what's interesting, though, is Big E teased Paul Heyman with potentially cashing in. Oh, man. Right. Like, what the fuck? It was great. It was great, man. Big E's the shit. So love Big E. But it feels like Big E just makes sense with that story with Kofi and the New Day and getting him back. That's the way to get him back on Raw. Yep. That's the way for him to get some payback for how Bobby had been treating Kofi and Xavier. So Big E.
Oh yeah, man. Same here. We talked about this on previous episodes. Big E is the one. They have the backstory for it. He already took care of Xavier Woods. Bobby Lashley took care of in a dominating faction of Kofi Kingston. So let Big E be that one. Get the comeuppance for New Day. You know what I'm saying? Get the payback. I would love to see it. Cash him in a respectful way. Just let him know, like, I'm going to cash on you. Let him have a good one-on-one bar burner match,
I guess to kind of give another, because we've talked about that a couple times. Like, if not Big E, who else? Does anybody else come to mind? Like, you could see, okay, this would be a good person to beat him.
I'm trying to think, bro.
Struggling. or consider the draft is coming up. Like, maybe someone from Smackdown going over to Raw. Like, could you see someone like that?
Smackdown going from Raw. Maybe Finn Balor. Maybe. I like his attitude.
Yeah.
He can make it believable.
Yeah.
He can make it believable. I think so.
Yeah. I think, if I were to take Big E out and just looking at everybody on the roster right now and like just certain storylines that we had throughout the year, one person that got really close a bunch of times that I feel like I really want to see them get another run as champion is Kevin Owens. Like, I feel like if Kevin Owens moved over to Raw, in the draft, you could tell a really good story where, he was just so close to beating Roman Reigns so many times. Yeah. And then he was telling great stories, and bringing up his family, and just the inscriptions on his knuckles and what they mean. And I was right there. I was like, oh man, give him the championship. I picked him. I picked him to win. He won me over
because he could take the beating and
he's a big dude.
Yeah,
he's a big guy. To see him in there with Bobby, like I feel like with Finn,
never been WWE champion, right? Universal.
No, it was Universal. He was Universal. Right. I can see it with Finn too. But I have Finn pegged as a heel right now. I think the Finn turns heel and, does something more along the lines of, Intercontinental or something mid card for now and builds his way up to Universal or WWE championship matchup. But with Kevin, I could see, like you make that move in the draft, send him the Raw, and then book something with him with if you don't have Big E. If you like, let's say you have Big E go against Roman. Let's say they keep him on SmackDown. Then, okay, Big E beats Roman, and then Finn turns heel, and maybe Finn is the heel for, Big E down the road. Maybe you do something like that. And in that scenario, I'd love to see Kevin Owens get another shot. Okay. But Big E is the official answer.
I like it. So no Goldberg?
Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no.
I'm just
hell no.
Hell no.
Right.
No.
All right. Yeah. No.
I better get a domination from Bobby. That's what I want for this Goldberg. That's what he deserved. Bro, you lost back-to-back title matches. How the hell do you think you deserve to get another title match? But all right, but you need to get your ass whooped this time.
This time, you gonna get it.
Right.
Get your ass kicked.
Get your ass whooped, my guy.
Know.
Right. Make you rethink about coming in.
Don't you ever in your life think about doing this again.
Goldberg. I don't care if I'm 35, 45, or 105. Goldberg is Goldberg.
Bro. No, he's not. You are not the same dude you were 10 years ago. You're not. And you're getting worse over time.
Yes.
That match with Undertaker was awful. That
jackhammer was scary.
Oh, my God.
Bobby Lashley could do your move now. Easily.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. One hand if he wanted to.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Dude, man. The only match left for Goldberg is against Matt Riddle. Period. Like, that matchup with Riddle because of the actual behind the scenes of it. That's why. People,
give me that match.
Riddle. Like, I would be entertained. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. Like, there's some intrigue.
Right. Because there's a shoot story behind that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm
into that.
Yeah. That's the only time I allow Goldberg. That's it. There's one story. You get in, you get out. All right.
Oh, man.
All right. Next one. We got two more, and that's it. But next one, we got Kadrian. Shout out to Kadrian, always coming up with the good questions. I want y'all top 5 rankings, all companies, men's, women's, and tag teams.
Whew. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. Maybe you can shorten this up.
Top 5 rankings, men's, women's, and tag teams?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. All companies. Jesus Christ. Well, that's tough, man. I mean, my favorite tag team, period, just all time right now for me, I got those power rankings because, rankings matter. The Usos are my favorite tag team. Like, I love the Usos. They're great. Man, this is tough. I would say on the women's side, on the women's side for me, it's Sasha Banks. Like, she's number one.
Yep.
And on the men's side, that's where it's tough because Kenny Omega is a guy that I used to say, man, he's the best in the world. And I still think wrestling-wise, he's awesome.
Yeah.
But he's taking a step back a little bit with this current run.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, man, that's tough. Like, Roman Reigns, it's hard to just not give that man his props. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, man, Roman Reigns, WWE guy, he doesn't wrestle like he's like a slow pace or whatever. But let's put some respect on Roman Reigns' name. Like,
wrestling.
This man, yes, he's wrestling. He's doing the submissions now. Like, it's awesome. Seeing him like expand his repertoire like that, but also just for us on this show, if you haven't noticed by now, the storytelling is a huge part of what makes us enjoy wrestling. Like, we when we first started the show, we talked about it. And for me, I would talk about like in-ring is what I focus on. With Devin, with you, it was, character, right? But in the middle of that, what both have in common is storytelling. Yes. It's all about the storytelling.
We found our love.
Yeah. So like for Roman, looking at Roman and thinking about like who in wrestling right now is telling the best story in wrestling during his matches, before matches, after matches. There's one guy. It's Roman Reigns. So yeah, man, that power ranking starts at the top with Roman Reigns for me.
Head of the motherfucking table. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would say that would be the best I'd be able to do right now without actually looking at it and trying to rank out like, okay, top 5 in each category.
Yeah.
I'll give you Sasha Banks, the Usos, and Roman Reigns as each category's number 1. So just to say that.
Okay. Obviously, men's will be Tribal Chief. Women's, I say Charlotte.
I respect it. I respect
Charlotte.
Charlotte's awesome. Yeah.
Yep. People hate her, but she got skills. So what?
Yeah.
She got skills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, facts. I think Charlotte for me would probably be right after Sasha.
Okay.
I would just put it right there. Just for Sasha, for me, she's just everything. Just the star power. They both have the star power, but I just gravitate more towards Sasha. Like with Charlotte, sometimes I get annoyed by Charlotte when the winning and then losing right away, winning and losing right away. Like the way her character story has been told with championships is a little cheap, but her wrestling is awesome. With Sasha, it's been more of like she's been like just such an underdog story, but it's still being great in a way. It's really weird. Like, she's not running a WrestleMania. She's the whole record with, she won her championships on Raw, then lost them at pay-per-views was super weird. But she handled it well. Like she just kind of just kept going and kept telling great stories and kept doing her thing. And in spite of booking, she's right there with Charlotte. Charlotte's been given everything. I mean, I know Charlotte's earned it too, but she's been like pushed to the moon. Whereas with Sasha, it's like I feel like Sasha has had to overcome sometimes bad booking to still be like on that same level with Charlotte. So that's where I edge Sasha with Charlotte. But I ain't mad at anybody that says Charlotte over Sasha.
But tag teams as well. Tag teams.
Number 2 for me would be Lucha Bros. That's my second favorite tag team right now. And they're not even really tagging up like they used to. But Lucha Bros would be my second favorite.
Mine was crazy. It was Best Friends, but they're going through, was it not Chuck Taylor's hurt, but I can't even think of the other guy's name.
Oh, my God. I'll get it. I'll get it for you.
So bad. See what happens? I don't see Best Friends together like that anymore. My memory goes.
But keep going.
I would say I'll probably put. I'll say New Day.
Okay.
New Day. It's number 1. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Because it was Best Friends for me. If they would have, had the run they had and maybe
Trent
with some. Yeah, Trent. There we go. Get some gold with it. Because I just like their tag team chemistry, the entrance, that parking lot brawl that they had was fucking phenomenal with Santana Ortiz. Man, they was starting to become like my favorite tag team. I just dug them. And then, Trent got hurt, kind of just been on this steady decline. Now the focus is more towards Orange Cassidy. I get it. He's the star, but they just kind of stepped away. But but you can't help it with injuries, so you gotta keep on moving forward. But yeah, I say that, man.
Yeah. And also too, was the question originally all time or
it wasn't all time? It was just top. It wasn't even current. Just top 5 rankings, all companies.
Okay, top 5 rankings. Okay.
Yep.
This will be good to revisit. I'm gonna work on it, and then maybe for the next show we'll bring it up again and just kind of revisit
this question.
One,
man. Because I wanna give you like all my 5. So
that's the thing, right?
We just gave you one level of it. All right.
Yep.
So Cajun, we got you on the rest, bro. We're gonna come back to that. All right. So next one, of course, our family, Top Rope Wrestling Talk.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is from Dom. Because he said, I got a good one. What do you think? I'm sorry, not what. Who do you think should lose their championship first? Deanna, Bianca, or Britt?
Man, who should lose it first?
Who should lose it? Who should lose it first?
Deanna, Bianca, and
Britt
Baker? Oh
yes.
my God. I don't want any of them to lose.
I know. Because Deanna been killing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she's not only been killing on Impact, but she's going to smaller promotions like GSW, MLW, showing up there, Ring of Honor, just defending her championship. She's like the female version of Kenny Omega. What Kenny's trying to do. She just don't have belts.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Man, Bianca Britt. God damn.
Well, I feel like
I say Britt.
I was gonna say Britt.
I'm say Britt.
I say Britt, and I say because Thunder Rosa. It feels like she's getting ready to go against Thunder Rosa, and I don't think it would be right for Thunder Rosa to lose after. I mean, Britt beat her in the. It was unsanctioned. It never happened. Didn't count. You know, but she won. But Britt won. Yeah. You know, and that counts to me. I saw it. It happened. It's recorded. I can go back and find it. It's in the. It's it's there. So, but yeah, I think Britt would be the one that I would say should lose it first. Deanna is on such a historic run that I want them to really play this out. I want it to rival like already does rival like the Kaylee Ray run on NXT UK, you know, like something like that. I feel like it should be on that level. With Bianca, the thing that messes me up with that question is the should. Like, who should lose it? Like, I don't think any of them should lose it, but just looking at the stories and like how they're being used right now by their companies, like Bianca's such a great face and great ambassador for them right now. It just makes sense for her to hold on to the championship.
Yeah.
But
she's the face of the women's division right now.
She's Bianca. The face. She's taking over as face of the women's division. Who knows with Sasha too? Like, she's getting so popular. I'm telling you, I think I said this on the show a while back, but she feels like the Rock. You're like, she's on that level.
She's doing Disney serious shows, Disney Plus streaming service shows, man. She's in Hollywood, bro.
She's in Hollywood. Like, it's only a matter of time before you just see her more and more and more and more, and her schedule is just going to fill up, and they're not going to be able to put her, you know, in there full time. Like, she's just not going to be able to do that. I feel like that's Sasha's like trajectory, you know, whereas Bianca, you know, she's still got years before. I mean, I think Bianca can actually get there too, and will get there too for the WWE. But I think that right now it's still kind of the beginnings of her run, you know, on the main roster. So she's got some more time. But yeah, with Britt, other part with Britt is the injuries. Like, you know, I know she has an injury right now, like that she's dealing with the wrist, I think was the most recent one.
Yeah.
So it's possible too that they even say, hey, well, let's just have her drop it, you know, but then she's going to get some backup pretty soon too. So maybe she won't.
Tease that. She did tease that a couple of weeks ago.
Some muscle.
Possibly the Iconics, maybe.
Yeah, is that really muscle? I mean, I love the Iconics, but not for that role.
No, it's not. I don't think Enforcer. I'm not thinking of Iconics.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The numbers game, sure, I guess. But yeah, I feel like if any of them, and it hurts me to say it, because I want Britt to have a long reign too. But I guess it would make sense. Like, it would be acceptable if at All Out they have Thunder Rosa beat Britt for the championship. I would accept it. But actually, you know what? Oh God, it kills me. This is a hard question. Damn it! If it is you, Dom, man, like
it is Dom. It's Dom. I know it's Dom. I know it's Dom.
I'm gonna say Bianca. Actually,
who do you think should?
I'm gonna say Bianca. Yeah, that's the part that's killing me. But you know what? I'm gonna say Bianca. I feel like there is a strong chance that Sasha could win this and at SummerSlam. And if you think about it, like, okay, to the point that we were just discussing about, she's the Rock. She's gonna be in Hollywood. Maybe you give her the win now. Have her hold on to the belt until she has to shoot her next thing, and then Bianca becomes a 2-time champion, having beaten Sasha again after the fact. So
Okay.
You know, and I would be cool with like a little bit of hot potato that way because Bianca's had it for 100 plus days.
Yeah.
And, you know, she beat Sasha for a WrestleMania. Now Sasha gets kind of the like, okay, I scratched your back at WrestleMania, and now you scratch mine at SummerSlam. Like I go over on this one. Then I go on like a 3-4 month run. Then you come back at me down the road. You know, maybe at next WrestleMania you win again or whatever they want to do. But I could see it. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. But I'm gonna say because I want Britt to hold that belt for a little while longer. All out's like just around the corner. So I think she should hold it a little bit more to establish that women's division. They need to that. I mean, Sheeta did it once. You know, she held it for a long period of time. Britt Baker is such a money.
She held it, but
star.
she didn't establish the women's division, though.
Right. That's
you know,
Sheeta. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah, because they kept her off of TV. Even yeah, she was in Japan, but you could have did vignettes. You could have did a lot of promos just to let people know that she is the champion. We was trying to understand, like, why are you not showing your champion?
They need their champion to have a longer run more so than WWE needs their champion to have a longer run. Like, they don't need Bianca to help establish the women's division, but you need Britt to help that women's division to establish it more so that we can get 2 fucking matches, you know, for the women's division on the card, you know, and for Deonna, it's like, she's like the queen of indie wrestling at this point, you know, so for her, it's like, just have that thing go as long as you possibly can to really just gain that respect on that indie level to say, hey, like, watch what we're doing. Like this, she's been champion for how long? Yeah. All right, let me see. Like, okay, this is going to be the time she loses and then she doesn't. Oh, shit. Okay, now this is going to be the time she loses and she doesn't. Oh, shit. Like to continue, just like they're doing with Walter and like what they did with Kaylee Ray for her run. Yeah. Like same thing, same shit.
I get you. Yeah. I like that. You made some strong arguments for Britt and Bianca. But I'm still gonna settle on Britt though.
Yeah.
Still gonna settle with Britt. Britt would be if I had to pick one out of these 3. If you give me 3, I don't want to see Bianca lose.
Yeah, I don't want to see any of them lose.
I don't want to see any of them lose, but Deonna's already up there. She's got it.
So
it's become right. It's between Bianca and Britt, and I love what Bianca's doing. Like she's the women's division not established, already established, but she is the face. You can see she's being the leader. She's just taking the bull by the horns and just running with it, bro.
Yeah, but think about this too.
Yeah,
you also don't want her to get stale, right? And a face champion holding on to the belt for too long.
And WWE sucks at that. They sucks at building faces. They always have.
Yes.
They always have.
Yes.
In this day and age, they suck at building faces. We felt that way about Becky at one point.
Right. Exactly. You imagine, think about when Becky was at the height of her powers as a face, you would have thought, oh, yeah, this could work forever. And by the end of it, it was like, oh, no, she's getting stale. It always happens. It doesn't matter how good they're doing. Like, she could be doing great with it, but then the way they start booking it, you're like, fuck, this is starting to get. And then, of course, the crowd, they're fickle. Like, they
fickle ass crowd.
Like, turn on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did.
So.
Fickle ass fans.
Dude. So it's only a matter of time before it happens to Bianca if it goes on for too long and it gets booked poorly, which we're talking about WWE.
Yeah.
Damn it, Hafeez. To protect her from herself. Not from herself. From WWE booking.
You know what? I can't rebuttal that then, sir. You made a fair point. You made a strong point right there.
The chase for the faces.
It would be Bianca then, because WWE sucked at building faces. You want to keep the momentum. Have her drop the title at SummerSlam against Sasha. We're giving an early prediction already, I guess. Then
I mean, it still doesn't mean that this is just between those 3. Like, who's going to be the first one to lose. I think all of them could end up retaining well past 2021. Honestly, you know what I'm saying, like that could happen.
Yeah.
So, but in general, if you have to pick one of them to say which one's run do you stop first, it's the face, because the face, especially in WWE, they suck at booking those faces.
They do. But they've been doing a good job. But you still make a point. We're only 4 months into her reign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Stone Cold's runs were all short.
We're all short. That's true. That's
We're
true.
all short.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And he's one of the most popular faces
Rock
ever.
title was reigns the shortest world. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's decided. Yep. Bianca, I said it. Can't go back on it now.
Oh man. Well, thank you, community, for all those questions.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all. Send more in. That was fun. I'd love to do that more often too.
Streets
just like
talking.
answer questions. Yeah. Streets is talking segment. I like it. Definitely send those in. Send in more, and next show, if we get a bunch of questions, we'll bring them up here on the show, and we'll do some follow-ups too for some of the ones that they were a little too big for just the one show, like on the spot, like that top 5 men, women's, and tag teams. I want to bring some in. I mean, Kota Ibushi is a guy that I feel like anytime I see that man wrestle, I'm like, damn, this dude is awesome. Like, I need to get him on a top 10, top 5 list
when
too.
I seen him and Cedric in the cruiserweight,
yes, at the classic.
Oh my God,
dude.
my God.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Kota, that German suplex that he does on the ropes, like it's scary. Like, it's a scary thing to see, because I'm like, how is he going to be able to control himself enough to not drop them on their head? But like, he's standing on the middle rope, and he just picks them up, deadlifts, and then throw. I'm like, is this safe? Hell no, it ain't safe.
Hell no, safe, bro.
But even him and Shinsuke in Japan, oh my god. Talk about strong style. These dudes straight kicking each other. Just no remorse.
That's that New Japan strong style, bro. Hey.
Oh my god.
They don't fuck around out there.
That dude, he's a real one. He's a real one. Yeah. So got a lot of respect for him. But all right, we'll get those out later. But that is gonna do it for this week's episode, this super show that we just did. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Streets is Talking segment.
Yes.
We got it all in there.
The Streets is Talking. Maybe I just titled this episode "The Streets is Talking."
Yeah. So before we go, though, as always, you know what time it is. Devin, tell the people where they can catch us.
Yes. All the time. Keep on hitting my mic. Fuck. All the time. I don't care. I fuck up. I'll just move on. All right. Yes. So you can always find us on the various social platforms.
Yes.
I will go down the list. First, our Twitter page, the Blue Bird. We are currently at 927 followers. We are slowly, I don't even want to say slowly. It seems like we're getting up there. Exactly. Perfect phrase, sir. Perfect phrase, tag team partner. That is correct. Moving right along. Instagram page. Yes. Follow us on Instagram as well. And I can't forget about our Facebook page, Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. You can find us, and the Clark Street Wrestling community, as well. We have 161 members in that group. Funny story. 3 days ago, your boy's in Facebook jail. So I wasn't able to post. I couldn't comment. I couldn't hit a reaction, a like, or a love, or a heart, or angry face.
What the hell?
But because I didn't make a clip. I uploaded a clip from AEW entrance because I thought it was just so badass. I wanted to share it. I wanted to share it with the world. Yeah. We're not making money off of this. We're just promoting AEW.
Right.
But they flagged it because it's part of AEW, and AEW reported me. This is what Facebook told me. AEW reported me.
Okay, Tony Khan. All right.
Right. I don't know what you're thinking. It don't make business sense. This is just part of grassroots marketing,
free
too, if you think about it. Yes. And because of that, I uploaded the clip of Dark Order, Adam Heyman page. Awesome entrance coming out. Like, man, I gotta show this with the world, man.
Right.
If you ain't watching AEW, you need to watch it.
Right.
Next thing I know, I got flagged. Hey, hold on, sir. Hold up. This is part of our shit. This is AEW. 3 days, Facebook jail. You are. I'm like, what? WWE don't do me like that.
Right.
AEW, what? Okay. All right. So I will pause on the videos from AEW going forward. All right.
They're lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. But moving forward, TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes.
TikTok.
As I like to call it, TikTok. Yes, we already here. I'll go over 3,000 followers, going for that next goal of 3,500. So help us out. Follow us on the TikTok, and there's only one website you can follow. Actually, let me tell you, it's actually two websites you can catch us. Two websites you can actually follow not only our social platforms, but our episodes on audio platform. Also, link to YouTube. First, ClarkStreetWrestling.com. You see it at the ticker. And www.thewrestlingindex.com. You see it at the bottom of the ticker right now. It's slowly going right past between me, Hafeez, and me, the tribal chief of podcasting. Yes, you see it. There it goes. And it's done. All right. Yes, the Wrestling Index. Shout out to Tim King. He's the one that runs Wrestling Index. He invited us like, hey, if it's cool, you want to join us, all I do is just, put a whole bunch of episodes on there. It runs. You still have control, but I'm just sharing the wealth. I'm like, oh, cool. All right, that works. So now we're part of the Wrestling Index, and we're doing like a 200 best wrestlers, and we're doing like a draft, just like a fantasy football, but we're doing a draft for wrestling. So first round, I got Stone Cold. Second round, got Mr. Perfect. Third round, trying to remember. But it was one round, I wanted my tribal chief, and somebody fucking took it. I was not happy.
How did you get Mr. Perfect over Roman Reigns?
We're doing the 200 best, live or not living. So I'm,
wow.
Tribal chief, yeah.
You better make sure you don't find out about that.
If we're talking about current, if we're talking about like living, then that'd be a totally different story. All right. But he gave me the parameters, and I was going within the parameters, sir.
Oh boy!
All right,
Tribal Chief gonna get one of this.
Tribal Chief. Yeah. Oh man, you know what? You know what pains me too? I'm sad to say this, man. I gotta let to all the Tribal Chief fans. All right, just let y'all know, the head of the table shirt in white is on back order, so I can't wear it to the AEW Rampage. It's all right. I gotta back up. Got this right here. I said, Hafeez, I was going to wait till November, like Thanksgiving, to wear it. But you know what? I found another perfect time to wear it. To crack this bitch open.
Yeah.
AEW Rampage, my first live show with my daughter as well, coming back. So you will see me in the black head of the table. Shout out your boy if you see me. Like, hey, that's you from Clark Street. That's right.
Right.
Head of the table. Shout out you for podcasting. That's right. All right. But unfortunately, that's bad news. We're able to get the all white head of the table because it does look clean.
It does look clean. Yeah.
All white. I'm like, But yeah. Oh, and about our merch too. Don't forget about our merch.
Yeah, our merch as well.
Our merch.
We're talking about Tribal Chief
merch. Right, Tribal Chief merch. Our merch too. This tank right behind me. Our logos. Our motherfucking beach towels as well.
Beach towels.
Yes. It's hot out there. Got to get your ass off that hot ass sand. All right. You don't want to get burned. Don't want to get sunburned or nothing like that. Make sure you get your beat towels. ClarkStreetWrestling.com/store for your pleasure.
Yes. And with that said, that is going to do it for this week's episode. This recap of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW, along with Streets is Talking. Get your questions in for next week so we can continue this segment. Loved it. It was a lot of fun. But that's going to do it for Devin. I'm Hafeez. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. Acknowledgement.